Yo, yo, yo. What's up, bitches? What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to Off the Edge. Kind of random. We normally go next week, but I don't know. We somehow got off schedule with Stevie, and we both were supposed to go last week, but then Stevie canceled, which worked out, and then we were live. I don't know which one of us was off track, but Javon and I figured we just jump on tonight, get back on track. Stevie will take next week. Boom, good to go. I got Javon here. Hopefully we won't see any clones or any makeup channels or anything else from this man tonight. What's up?
What's up, buddy? I was trying to think if I'm going to stream this to the other audience or if I should keep it together.
You do whatever you want, man. Louis got his Halt today. Hell yeah, man. So I wanted to promote the Halt pre-order today because my buddy Louis, Addicted to Knives, is running that pre-order. It's his first design. You could check out my video on it. Maybe somebody could link it in the chat.
I can do that.
Link the video.
I can tell you what he makes up for in being shorter than me. I'm blown away by his first design. I think it's just amazing looking.
Yeah, I'm really stoked for it. I picked one up immediately. So I just wanted to help him, and hopefully, a few of you guys haven't heard about it. Now you do it. You pick one up. I think they're $275 on pre-order. This is from Best Tech. Fat carbon inlays, bolster lock, Magna cut steel. That's a pretty good price considering all those things. He's really pushing to have those.
This, right? Your title's Halt and Watch This, right?
What?
From Halt and Watch This about 2 weeks ago.
Does that sound
like the title?
Probably.
All right, pin that comment I just threw up. That is the video of your review, because that's what got me really thinking about it. The shape and the absolute action is sick. You know what I did today?
What?
My tape didn't come in because I haven't had mail run for 5 days now. I've got 7 packages in Huntsville. So I unboxed your little temporarily taped box. And I'm figuring tonight, because I'd forgotten it, tonight after our stream, I'm going to do my Colin Divo video, and then I'll box them back up. I took this in the nip out.
Okay.
But I told you I got this in.
That's what I'm saying.
I got this in for the video. I'm going to use this, the 319. I don't remember if it's the TS 319 or 318.
319.
And then I've got the mutt, and to kind of talk about, because the 319 and this knife I bought before I even knew who Colin was, just based on the design, because they appealed to me, right? Then through you, I learned to
the other audience. He
Lord,
means his channel.
The mail didn't come again today.
He means all the makeup loving folks on his channel.
But the good news, Lord, is Lefty's going to buy the Evo 2.0, so you don't have to worry about my budget going to it.
Dude, I'm tempted, but it doesn't look like it has the belt satin, which...
Well, do you think he stonewashed it? Because all he says he did, I talked to him. That
Let's pull it up on Navsale. I want to pull up Navsale anyway.
The scales, but I thought it looked stonewashed too.
I should say they're now called Blade Binge. But
Binge.
It looks like they still have it. I don't understand their search system, though. It never works for me. I have Evo 2.0 in, and nothing comes up.
Just type in Evo. It's because
it says 1 of 13. What?
Did somebody buy it?
It says 1 of 13, but then nothing comes. It's so weird, right?
Well, I just searched it on my phone and it came right up. Let me try something.
It's right here, but that was just weird how it did that. I don't know. But here it is.
Search is all by the.
So let me pull it up for you guys. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I know we just jumped out of the gate all over the place. So you have here a Evo 2.0, what looks to me to be a hand satin version. But you know what it is, dude? I think it is about satin. It's just a terrible picture. Like,
You're
it has
exactly
no
right. If
resolution.
you look at the second picture, go to the second picture. You can see a little bit more of the satin. It's the lighting.
It has no resolution. Yeah,
Look at
it's
the
a hand
card.
satin. So
Yeah.
what this tells me is this is actually the version with the pivot cup, the Timascus pivot cup. This is the dark tie version. And then he even got a custom scale for it. Yeah, I kind of want this.
Scroll up. What's it say on the card? I was reading the card.
Yeah,
It
but
was
the
saying
problem is their
everything.
cards suck. They always have everything, all the
Oh,
models on
the
there.
different options. Well, he bought the clip separately,
Can
and
you
that's
tell
why
me
he bummed out.
how'd
And I
you
don't know if
talk
you,
to him?
I message him, and then I tell him to DM me. I've got a secret
Is he here?
in the
Brett
U.S.
says that's my old knife. Is it good, Brett? So here's the thing, Brett. Is it hand satin? Is it the dark tie? Or is it the raw tie? Because I don't like the raw tie. I like the dark tie.
It looks raw to me.
And is it good? Is the real question.
Why'd you
Brett will
sell it?
know because Brett's an OG. I sell him shit all the time, so he knows what's good.
I would love for you to buy it.
I know, Tori, but I sort of regret it. You know what I mean? So now I'm thinking, I might have to get another one. And this one has a cool camo carbon scale and the regular scale. I mean, how you liking that, by the way, Tori? Yeah, and it's hand satin and raw. What?
It was nice.
They didn't make that.
When it had extremely dropped shut, but it's raw titanium.
That kills it. But why is it raw, dude? What? So
Mr. Mod Guy, what could you get done?
Did somebody swap parts? Because they didn't make one that had hand satin and raw tie. It was hand satin, dark tie with a zircon tie pivot or collar. And then they had belt satin versions. They never had a hand satin and raw. I think somebody did a hand satin to it. So it's a basic bitch Evo. It doesn't have the zircon tie pivot collar with the scale. Okay. Why would you
make him a low ball offer?
Why would you fuck up the belt satin like that? Why?
Since because he might have scratched it, because you know so much more about Evos. Say, my buddy Javon.
I'll just wait for my Lefty 4.0, which is already raw tie, but it has belt satin. There's no reason for me to get this, and then I'll just get a scale. What threw me off
about it is I asked him to send me dimensions of a couple of dimensions, and then I'm measuring it next to my 3.0, and it's so close to my 3.0 from my spatial without looking at it. It doesn't look like a much smaller knife.
Yeah, Steve, the hand satins were the dark tie versions. The pimped out ones that had the pivot collar and zircon tie on one side, dark tie handle.
Now, and then Steve never saw a hand satin 2.0.
And a hand satin. That was the pimped out Evo 2.0. It was like $850 or $900 new. Yeah, dude, they had a pre-order like a year ago. I pre-ordered a Lefty 4.0, and the 4.0 is smaller, which I actually prefer. I'm stoked on it. I just wish they would have had a better version available. They only did plain tie Lefty. But that's okay. If somebody can make me a scale. Oh, shit. Left-handed. Fuck.
But can't you get the whole thing, knowing the people you know, the scale colored the way you want it? Not anodized,
dark tie. It's a hand satin. So what do you mean you never saw a hand satin 2.0? The dark tie is hand satin. Unless you got one secondary, then somebody fucked with it, because that's how it came, dude. I know my shit. Now, I'm talking about 2.0, not 3.0, unless you're confused. It's not, dude.
So at his bro deal...
I literally had one. They're hand satin.
Between, if you didn't know what you know, and you were just looking at an Evo, and you didn't have the specifics you were after, did he offer me a fair price when he just threw that out there? Even though I didn't want the clip.
800?
On there. Yeah.
I don't know with this knife market how...
Well, I always think about trying to make the person who's selling it get close to what they paid for it, more than...
Here, hang on. Sorry.
TKF for Custom Knife Factory, Rotten
See if
Design,
I'm wrong. Boom, bitch. Boom.
Evo or Evolutions.
Suck on that shit right there, bro. Look, dark tie, hand set.
Now,
Wait.
are those both 2.0s or is that a 2.0 and a 3.0?
Okay, hold on. Wait, okay, I gotta.
Lefty took himself out. What's up, guys? Now's a good time. I've been trying to tailor in my cold voice.
I'm so right that I had to back up out of here. Hold on. I think Louis is trying to get set up. So this one is the wrong video. My bad. Hold on.
Does this sound more like Cole with the voice changer?
All right, hang on.
I still think this might be
Let
my
me just
call.
show you here. All right, so look, he's
this
got
is
both.
probably the most expensive
He's got both here.
on the 2.0. You can adjust from both sides, and the 3.0 it's a captive pivot. So,
See?
right, on the 2.0 it's captive pivot.
Fuck,
On the
am I
3.0 it's not.
So are they about the same size?
Right on the 2.0.
Am I wrong? No way, dude. I swear to Christ, I had the 2.0 with the Zircuitai thing, and it was a hand set. I know I did. I have a video.
Lord Needham.
But maybe they made both. I don't know. Louis here. Hold on.
I don't have an Arius.
Yo, dude.
What's up?
Sup,
on?
bro?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Louis. If anybody
Louis.
is unaware, Louis is addicted to knives, also AT knives. So the Halt is his design. And you don't have one, though, right? They're all around on pass around. I don't have one either. So it's well, I'll pull up the website and we can look at it in a second.
Talk about it.
We're
And then
arguing
on the
about
other
Evos
side,
right now.
Lewis is the only person I saw at Blade Show that was just a little bit shorter than me.
This is true. This is
So
true.
we are birds of a feather when it comes to being comfortable in airplanes.
This is so true. I don't know. I'm a little wider than you though, so I don't know. Airplanes don't really fly with me.
Dude, I can curl up in the middle seat and fall asleep.
Trying to prove myself right here.
A little plump around the
kaleidoscope
side.
Maybe I had like a special one, but I swears it. Okay, CKF2 dark tie handle, two-tone. No, wait, that's carbon fiber. Hang on. Telling you I'm right.
Don't
Yes.
a lot of different companies get
Yes.
exclusives too?
What are you
Hold
trying
on.
to find?
I just have to prove myself right. Here we go. 2.0 hand rub, motherfucker. Take that
That
shit.
looks
right.
like his picture.
Well, that's the thing. Somebody either did a blade swap or they
I'm telling you, that
they
blade
did a
right
hand set
there,
to it. I don't
that
know.
blade right there looks like his picture. Pull his picture up and keep that window where you can go back to it.
Oh, you're
Why-
saying that it was taken from that.
Well, I'm not saying it was taken from it. I'm just saying maybe that's how that particular hand sat in photographs.
Gotcha.
I was expecting it to look different with more like belt marks, which is hand satin, and it wouldn't. But if you look at that next to the NAFSEL listing, the scale looks lighter, of course, but that could be lighting.
I don't think it looks the same at all. Hold on.
The blade, you don't
I mean, they
think it looks
both
the
are.
same?
They're both hand satins.
So if his lighting, I guarantee you, and send him a
And
message.
you can see right here, this is a standard version because that pivot fits right in there. It doesn't have the collar extra, which this would have had. So this is definitely a basic bitch handle, but they have a hand rub blade. So it's possible somebody did a blade swap at some point, and that's probably how Steve ended up. He got the other one.
Let me
He
ask
got
you
the
this.
one with the Zircuitai and the belt satin. That's
Do
what
they not
happened.
make 2 pivots? Do they not make a little bit smaller pivot so that their scale can be the same size? So you can drop in a little bit smaller diameter pivot if you choose to use a collar? That would make more sense to me as a maker.
There
for
was
not
no
having to-
DLC, Kyle.
I think the
2.0
pivot
didn't
would be
have
too
DLC.
small though. If you would do that.
But you're only taking off what, about a 30-second all the way around? I don't know what that translates to.
I don't know what you're talking about right now. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about, you say the pivot doesn't leave room for the Zerk pivot collar, which makes sense, but you can see how the scale is milled. So if I was a manufacturer, it seems like it might be better to mill all the scales the same and then have a pivot that had just a slightly smaller head that you put the screw in or the bit in, so that if you were going to pair it with a pivot collar, it was just slightly small enough to slide in. So you had 2 pivots, one for the basic bitch. You
Yeah,
used
they
the
had
scale.
two different pivot screw. So the lock side and the pivot barrel are the same on all of them. They
Right,
just
I'm just
had
talking about the show side.
scale and the show side. Actually, the screw is probably the same. They just enlarged. They just put a pivot collar around it.
But
And the
then you
pivot
would have
collar
to
was-
then you would have to
The
make
pivot
2
collar
different.
was thick enough that the screw would screw down and it would function like normal. If that
So
makes
are you saying with the same scale cutouts, what you're saying would also work? Or would you have to mill the scale differently? Because I'm thinking from a
You're
manufacturing.
saying if you bought one and you replaced the scale, would it be
No,
different?
I'm saying if I was a manufacturer, the scale that is on that picture that has the little hole where the pivot goes in, the little countersink, I would make that all the scales consistent. And then for the knives that I was going to put a pivot collar on, I would make the pivot screw on the show side slightly smaller in diameter so I could drop the pivot collar in and the pivot screw would fit the same basic bitch pivot that's on the back.
It does. That pivot screw fits all the versions.
But that means that they mill a scale for a pivot collar and they would mill a scale for a basic bitch. But to me, Kevin, you know how knife building that's not cost effective to get the same result.
It is if you're charging $900.
And it is when most of the whole run is going to be pivot collars.
Well, it's not though. They only did
Yeah,
one
it
version
is.
with the pivot collar. I'm not sure how they did it, but I don't think there's a good way to. Well, all they had to do was mill the scale a little different. That's it. That's the only difference.
You just take the amount that it is, and then you mill the scale out just that little bit more.
They just milled the area for the pivot collar, and they probably milled it down a little deeper. So then the pivot collar sits in. That sits flush with how the basic ones are. Then the same pivot screw goes through and tightens it down.
I will bet you a bottle of shampoo and conditioner from Viking Beards that if you message the seller, that he will tell you that the color is just not representative, that it is a dark tie scale. Because when I look at it and I look at what a washed out picture looks like
Here's the thing. Brett is here. He owned this knife. That was his knife. He said it's raw tie.
Well, you
So
would
you owe me shampoo and conditioner.
No, you had to be right too soon. That's why you're not a poker fucking player. I would have said, dude, okay, I'll take you up on that bet. And then I would have scrolled up and said, proof, receipts. And I would have said, dude, I'm sending it out right now. And I would have ordered it. But just to come off and tell me.
That's what just happened.
No, you just came off and jumped into the I'm always right, which is fair. You were right.
I was
right.
You
never accepted my bet. You should have said, okay.
I already have 4 bottles of conditioner and wash from you in my shower right now. I don't need more right now. So next time I need more, I'll trick you.
Thanks, Brett. I'm not going to hold
it. Donation. There you go.
The bet. Greg Maroney, take a good night, my man. Spend time with your kids.
The dark tie is way better, in my opinion. Anyway, let's pull up the Halt. So AT Knives. So you go to atknives.net. I'll pull it up in a second here, and we can check out the Halt, which that does stand for something, right?
Yes, it actually does. It stands for Hungry, Lonely, Tired, or Hungry, Angry, Lonely, Tired. So it's an acronym.
I love that acronym.
Yeah, it's an acronym for people say it's a lot like NA acronym or AA acronym, but it's just in recovery and also mental health as well. You know,
and this is not specific, but if you laid a paramilitary 2 under it and a Benchmade full size on top of it, how does it fall sidewise between those two? Does it kind of split the difference, or is it closer to one and the other?
If you say that again. If you lay,
there's a paramilitary 2, then there's the Halt, then there's a Bug Out on top. How do they range in size? Like, would the
Bug
Halt
Out
be in the middle?
It's the size of a Stout. The Stout you have in your hand, it's the same size.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Let's see. Where's
That's all I wanted to know.
It's 7.77 inches.
Yeah.
The Stout, I think, is 7.6 maybe. So it's basically the same. You get a little more blade on this, 3.48, because you don't have a finger choil chewing up blade. He decided.
And you've got a great sharpening choil. Good job on your plunge grind and your choil.
It's actually going to be better too. They just sent me. They moved everything back just a little bit, and in line.
I'm sure I literally compared it to the Stout V2 in my video, so you could actually compare it to the knife in your hand in video.
Are these ordered as they sit right here?
What?
With the other colors? Have you ordered these with the other colors that you showed me? Is this order placed, the Stout V2?
Yeah, Colin has them. What do you mean?
Well, what I was going to say is, if I was going to give any feedback for version 3, there was a reviewer one time that made me think my knife looked like a fish stick, and I know it was because of the shape. But when I look at the milling on the bolster, I think I would prefer it smooth. I love it like it is. It's not going to stop me from buying it.
Nah, we've done a lot of smooth knives, and milling is, I think we needed to add that layer.
But that's the fish stick
because it's a V2
that you fucking hated. You're the one that told me.
Yeah, but the fish stick had nothing to do with.
I know it was the shape of the knife. I know.
Yeah.
Is the V2 the same size as the V1?
Yeah, same size. It's just thinner, more contoured, deeper hollow, all that stuff.
Van X,
jimping. Yeah. There's a lot of changes. They're all good. Milled clip. But anyway, I ordered this Mars Valley version of the Halt. And I was lucky enough. Lewis sent me all 3 of them. And this one, I don't know what it is. It just stood out to me, the Mars Valley. The purple one is right there.
I was going to say I'm surprised. I'm very surprised you didn't get the purple one.
I was surprised too, but when I handled them, had I not handled them, I would have ordered purple. But because I did handle them, I had to get the Mars Valley. Just to be clear though, these pictures, are you going to have this logo on there? I can't remember.
So I'm going to have two pivots.
Okay, you're doing it like we did on the Stout.
Yeah. There's going to be a plain pivot, and then there's going to be just ATK on it. Okay. So on that is actually my YouTube logo, and they didn't get it right. I told them just to do the ATK, but they didn't. So on the one that's coming out, with the actual production knife is going to be just ATK.
They're salt on California sober, brother.
What I would do is, I guess you would have them install the ATK ones and ship with the extra.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say we just started going sterile. Fuck it. Like we like it better, so it's like, why not?
Same here. I mean, I do.
Some people actually prefer. You could ask the chat. I bet you some people actually prefer to have the logo on there. It's I think if you get the knife and it doesn't have it, you're like, okay, you're not gonna even think about it.
Yeah.
But some people like having it. I don't know.
That's
I
why
don't
like the
think
whole
it
knife
detracts
is
from the
there.
knife, and I think it's very good for you to establish the brand. Even though I'm not crazy about KC's logo design, I think it makes you see and know his knives. So I think probably less than 5% of the people that buy your knives would be like, I wish it had a smooth pivot instead. And I wonder how many people change it out. Have you ever gotten any feedback on that? How many people keep the original? Because it ships with the Divo pivot, right? They used to.
Wow, dude, just send them, baby. Just send it. That's how we roll around here. Just send it. You can be a dick if you want. So here's the Purple Haze version. I want to get a lockside pick. I'm not seeing one here.
There's
Let's
not
go.
one on there. I looked for it today.
If we go to where can
Instagram.
Yeah. You should get some up. Do you have other pictures of it that you could use for this?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up putting up a couple more.
I would put some up, or I guess the only person who had them all was me, huh? I could have taken, I suck at that, but Brent could have taken pictures.
Yeah, no, Brent has.
Trust
Brent, I think
Okay,
Brent
use
has
his
a
dude.
bunch
He's
of
got to have
pictures.
sick pics.
Yeah,
Dick
he's
pics
gotta-
and sick pics.
But yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, I think updating the pictures would probably help you. Just because, it looks cool, but let's see. Here's my video. Let's do this. We can pull the video up. And guys, these are $275. Are the micarta ones less, more, same, everything the same?
Same, everything the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
$275. I mean, fat carbon, titanium, magna cut, hollow ground, sexy ass knife, great action, best tech made, which in my opinion, at this point, with Riot, bang, neck and neck. I mean, Riot does some things better. Best Tech does some things better at this point. So to me, they're neck and neck on that premium shit. So
Lewis, I commend you on keeping the prices the same if it doesn't hurt your margins individually, because I think it makes it easier for people to buy knives. They don't have to make decisions as much, except just what it looks like.
Here's me talking a lot. Here we go. Here's the lock site. So one thing I noticed in my video was
we have.
Let me mute this idiot.
Yep.
Can you hear it?
Contour.
Yep.
Really nice.
Okay, so I can't make
centering.
it. It's
I love
muted.
how
Oh wait, muted here. Okay. So if you look at this, I was really intrigued by the lock side. Come on, Kev. Show it again. So I was really intrigued with this area right here. To me, it seemed like it was higher up on the knife than I usually see. And that was really cool to me, especially as a lefty, because the way where my thumb's going to land to try to reverse flick it is always going to be in this area. And that's where usually you have the lock bar exposed, even on bolster locks sometimes. So I thought that was cool. Was that a design thing, or is that just kind of like how it happened?
No, it's a design, because I'm ambidextrous.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Always. So like even on yours, if you can see how far up it is. It's not
far. You can put your thumb on that. Your thumb will land on that sometimes. I feel like
for sure, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think with the Stout it really locks it up much, but it happens with knives where, and putting it up there is perfect. And I think it looks cool. It's unique.
I was worried that where the detent placement was going to be, it wasn't going to have the right detent and all, but I got to say, Best Tech definitely came through and killed it on it. I was definitely.
No, they felt great, dude. I mean, if you guys go, I pinned this video. If you guys go watch this at some point, if you have time, I mean, you can just literally, it's 16 minutes of me just gushing over this knife.
And you're honestly gushing. You can tell, because Kevin, if you guys don't know, he's a salesman, but you can look through his reviews based on his actual enthusiasm. And I felt that he really liked this knife. I don't listen to what he says. I listen to how he says it.
Yeah, I mean, they came out of the box in that video. That was an unboxing. And I was super pleasantly surprised. I was, I always struggle with that, because it's when it's somebody like Lewis, who's a friend, like I want them to do well. So I want it to be good. So I know I'm going to be somehow biased. It's just like impossible for me. That doesn't mean I wouldn't critique stuff, but it's harder, right?
But you disclosed that in the front of the video.
Right.
Kudos to you.
But in that case, I literally was just like, sweet. Like I don't even have to worry about that because that knife is fucking just incredible.
How do you lost?
As soon as I flicked that Mars Valley or whichever one I picked up, I was like, fuck, I need one of these. So that's kind of like
carbon.
What?
I don't know, wherever they source their fat carbon from, it's just they knocked it out the park.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they order it direct from Fat Carbon.
well, yeah, I know. It just I guess it's just I don't know.
Now, is this
I've
that
never
Chinese
seen
fat carbon that y'all were talking about? That's
God,
on
please
this?
don't. I hate that shit, dude. It's
Well, you
horrible.
almost got it back. I almost kept the frag and sent this back and acted like it was a mistake, but I felt like that would be an asshole move.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty asshole move. But yeah, I talked to Jim Skelton about it because I got that. Or no, they came out, and I remember talking to him months ago when he was doing the
Same with
first
this. It's
batch.
all 2 years.
Yeah, he was doing the first batch of those Caledons, and he said, I'm going to do a V2, change some things, and I'm going to do camo carbon. So I want to do 80s. I want to do whatever. And so when they came in and I saw them, I was like, hey, Jim, I thought you were doing camo carbon or whatever. And he's like, that's what they did. And you can go to the website. I don't know if it's still on there, but Tuya's website or his website, it says camo carbon. And I was like, dude, I hate to tell you this, but like, that's Chinese fat carbon. That's their knockoff version of it. He didn't know, or he played it off really well. And he was like, shit, because I told them I want camo carbon, but they probably were like, well, that just means fat carbon to us, right? They hear get me fat carbon or camo carbon, and they just go, okay, we're gonna get that stuff. And then they're like, we can get it for dirt cheap because it's Chinese fat carbon. The problem is they way overdo the color, and it almost feels like G10.
I was going to say it looks like
never
G10.
felt it in
Yeah.
hand.
It's almost like an epoxy more than a carbon fiber unless you look at it from the side. Where it's layered. It looks more like
it looks like
fiber.
G10 or something. It doesn't
It
look
looks
like
either some
cross-cut.
kind of weird G10 or some kind of epoxy thing that they make
They're
it
using way too much of whatever it is that creates the color. It's ceramic paint or something like that. I've heard it's infused with ceramic something, and that's how it gets that like coloring and stuff. I think they basically fill voids or something. I don't know, but
It's always turned me off, that stuff.
it's
But
hard,
something
dude.
about
I really
Kubi and
hate it.
other
You
companies-
could give me the best knife in the world. If it had that shit on it, I wouldn't want it.
Yep.
I bet you see in future versions this changing. I think that because I think you can pivot, and I think
but
that Jim and them will say
It's not
this
to
is
you,
the-
dude. It's
China.
It's China. Yeah, everybody uses it. I've seen
If you don't
Concept
get it
use it.
used-
I've seen Tuya.
QSP. QSP's using
he
it.
even used it recently.
Well, they're going to have to send it to them like you guys do because you guys don't use it.
No, we would never use that. Not on purpose. Like,
So
but
these-
for like the Lush,
Lush,
we order whenever it's camo carbon, we order it. When it's fat carbon, usually the OEM can order it themselves. So like Concept, when we did the Lush, they ordered the Lava Flow and the Arctic from Fat Carbon. They have a connection there, but they can't get camo carbon directly. At least now I think they can because they met up with Andy from Camo Carbon, so they can order direct. But we had to send it, like Kubi with the nips. We had to send that. So you're able to do a little bit more quality control on that. Here's this is a Concept Integra, JK Knives Integra, and hold
It's
on.
not too bad.
but that's got that same. You can tell it's kind of
got the
funky.
same for sure, but I don't know if it's just the green. Like it's just I don't know.
So my problem with this stuff is twofold. One, it's not anywhere near as good as actual fat carbon or camo carbon. And two, they're literally copying exact colorways. Like if you're going to copy something, at least try to make it your own and choose different colors. And like, they're just trying to copy Toxic here.
Yeah.
But you can see they just have too much color in it. And it's too uniform, it seems like to me. This is very like random.
Organic.
And there's
It's
nice
more
black
organic.
in there, and it has that like shiny chatoyance pop to it. This is
That
just
carbon fiber should have.
it's just matte. It just to me, it's just like G10, honestly.
It's just like this red carbon fiber right here.
That's G-Mascus. I don't mind that.
I know,
stuff
I'm
too
kidding.
much.
But this is, this could be carbon fiber, and somebody might think, oh, that's carbon fiber.
Like this is from Casey. I really like this G-Mascus actually, but
I think G-Mascus
I would
is
put it on
hideous. I love that
put it
knife.
on a budget knife. I wouldn't try to put it on something
Yeah,
and call it
no.
premium.
Yeah. See, when I ordered for Best Tech, they gave me like a whole portfolio. Like, this is what we have, pick from this, which like I thought that was like the greatest idea, instead of just saying these are the colors I want, and you get, they
give you a whole thing of finishes and materials, but some people don't realize you can get your own and ship it over there. So
Yeah.
Did Jim and Dave know that? Did Jim and Dave know that's an option for them, or was it just cost prohibitive for where they wanted to be? Jim and Dave Warren.
Well,
do they know that they can buy carbon fiber or fat carbon and send it for their knives, or is it just cost prohibitive from what they're trying to come in at?
Dave is Tuya. So,
I know, but he doesn't make them in his garage.
And I mean, Tuya's used fat carbon. Well, I don't mean he is Tuya like he owns it. He's the dealer for them or whatever, the rep. My point is, it's not like he was having something OEM'd. He's part of the company.
I know.
So, yeah, I mean, they could order it, or I think Tuya's used fat carbon, though, haven't they?
I don't think so. Not like the fat carbon that we're seeing now. Not like Jack Wolf or you guys use, or Null. I was an idiot and spent $120 on toxic Null scales day before yesterday because I was snowed in. I'm such a fucking idiot.
I'm not sure. I swear I've seen them use fat carbon, but I could be wrong.
I don't think so.
I think it'll look good on that.
Check out this new light I got. I got another one of these Arcadians, and it is fucking. It's aluminum, and it's destroyed. Like, look at this.
Oh God!
How many colors does that one have?
I bought it because it came with this clip. And these clips are like super rare. They're tied to titanium clips. So I basically paid $250 to put this clip on my titanium one. And then I fixed it all up. Dude, it was disgusting. Like there was shit all in the switch. There was shit all in the front, all the threads. It took me like 20 minutes cleaning it out and all that shit. But
dude, that's the thing. I've noticed that's the thing, and I've got to figure out. Do you just use your little KPL?
Do you have crud in there?
Always. This is my F3.
I would just blow it out, but the best way to clean it would be to take out the switch cover. All you do is take pliers. Even with that one, you might be able to use your fingers.
I watched your video. That made me nervous. I'd rip it.
Dude, it's literally a rubber cover and an O-ring. So you just pull the switch off. And then when you clean everything, and then when you're ready, you just drop the cover on and then push the O-ring around it. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Well, maybe if I can't blow it out, I'll do it. But I noticed that's just something that it looks like it's going to happen with all those lights where the tube or the cylinder comes higher than the button. Because if it's in your pocket, that's what's going to attract any dust or anything that rains out of your ceiling or your desk or whatever the hell. So are you going to sell the beat up one that you got the clip off of real cheap? And does it have a second color?
It's red. Well, so it has a little bit of an issue. When you take it apart, the MCPCB, which is the board on top that has the LEDs and everything, it's supposed to be like glued to the pill. And it's kind of loose right now. It's fine when you tighten it all in. It's fine. But I think I'm going to see if Charles can refinish this that's what I was going to do, is have him just tumble it or stonewash it, and then maybe switch out the pill to copper or something because it's aluminum. And then I might just keep it. I love this design so much.
And that's what brand is that?
CWF.
And they have some of those at DLT, the wider ones. It's the CWF what?
This is the Arcadian.
The Arcadian.
The mini one is the Peanut. And then the slim little AAA one is the one
you like to hold like that?
Micro Click. What?
Is that the one you like to hold between your fingers?
Yeah, well, this is the bigger version of the one you're probably thinking of. So you're thinking of this one.
Josh Worth, we'll get off the flashlights quick, and I promise no more influencer drama.
You're thinking of the little guy. This is the Peanut, which is a small version of this.
Does the Peanut use a shorter battery, or does it just have a
same battery? Because he developed a new driver that has everything on the one board. So the LEDs, the driver, the secondaries, everything is on that one little board versus having a board, a pill, and then a driver underneath that has to be wired. So he shrunk it down so you could remove like an inch.
Dude, you need to take a gamble based on my recommendation. And if you don't like it, I'll buy it from you. Buy one of these, and you'll probably want the mini because it's got a clip. But one of these laser emitted projector lights from CountyCom.
How much are they? I'll just reach out to them. Maybe they'll send me
one.
The
little one is $96. The big one, which is fucking 6,300 foot throw, and it can be seen from 42 miles. I was reading about that, but this one's $149, the big one, and the little one's like $96. And the little one I think uses a 14.5.
I'll reach out to CountyCom. Maybe they'll send me one because I'm a affiliate.
They're called DX Reach and DX Reach Mini.
Okay.
Yeah, it uses the little mini uses the 14.5.
I've seen those $100. Are you talking about the LEP? Yeah, I want to get an LEP, so they're not having a sale until March, so yeah. Olate told me they weren't doing anything for a while. They sent me the Jabalot Pro, which was really nice of them when I asked. My review, I filmed it today. It's coming soon. I couldn't figure out what the LED was in here. I think it's an what is it called? SFT 40, or it's the new version of that. I think it looks good. But I did some outdoor testing. This thing is an absolute monster, dude. 1,000 meters of throw. But you actually, unlike an LEP, you also get that spill, and you get a little bit of, you can actually see around you too.
You're not just seeing that volleyball that you're throwing out however far. Because that's about the size of the light if you shine it at its maximum distance. It never gets bigger than like a volleyball.
The problem is every time I get one of these clips, it's on a flashlight. So, you know, it's kind of like I don't really want to put it on other stuff, even though I love the clip. But in this case, I was like, fuck it, I'll just take that clip right off, put it on my other one, and then I'll fix this up. If I tumble it, then this clip will match. I might just sell it after, but I don't think anybody wants to buy it as is for, you know, basically what I paid. I guess I paid it, but
sorry about that.
What's up, dude?
How much did you pay for
flashlight? Are you a flashlight guy at all or no?
No, but I've been looking to thinking about getting into them. Honestly, I've stopped buying everything. I kind of started playing more and stuff. So
yeah, I know.
It's a good entry level light, and I think it might have all the functionality I need.
What is it?
It's a FocusWorks F3. They still got them at Urban EDC Supply, but I think they're $10 cheaper if you buy them straight from FocusWorks.
You
but
can get them from DNK Knives, I think, with a discount if you use that Knife Dope discount.
I need to go into that website. I never go there. I always see it be thrown up.
Yeah, I've never been.
DKN or DNK?
Is what the aluminum one? This is the aluminum Arcadian. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't you see it earlier? I showed you. It's all beat up. I was thinking I'd get it refinished and have Charles, whatever it's called, put thermal glue back on the MCPCB because it's coming off of the pill. It's fine when you screw it in, but I mean, this thing was not cared for. It took me a while to clean it up.
This is best tech.
How much
If you want to buy it for what I paid, I'll sell it to you. I think I
How much
paid
are the aluminum
$250
ones?
in aluminum. OEM is best tech. And somebody asked a question earlier. How long is the pre-order open? Because they made bad decisions in December. I wanted to make sure we asked that.
So it'll be open until pretty much they sell out.
DM me, Needham. DM me. We can talk. That way I wouldn't have to send it in. You know, although you might end up doing that, and then it's the same difference. Till they sell out or what?
Till they sell out.
In?
Yeah, before they come in, you know. So
okay.
And I've got a video dropping on this tomorrow, Kevin. And I know you don't watch videos, but scroll to the very end where I try to get the strobe function on. And then I end up going, I guess it doesn't have a fucking strobe function. Because I know it's just medium and high. I read about the driver afterwards.
That has zero function.
It's just low, medium, and high. Right, but at the end
then
of the
either
video,
memory or not. Mine had no memory,
mine has
but then
memory.
it started fucking up. And then it started having memory, and then it was like messed up. So I sent it in. I'm a little disappointed. I sent it in. They sent me a label in mid-December, I think, maybe early December. I sent it in. Still nothing. I reached out to him, and I DM'd Jordy on Instagram because I occasionally do. And I was just like, did you get it yet? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. It says it's delivered, like, because they sent me a thing. It's a forwarding service because they're in Canada. So I guess maybe they cheap out on it and they send it like the slowest possible way to save money. I would have paid to have it shipped UPS. It would have been like $16. But so I'm like, I don't know if he got it yet. It's always a little awkward when I'm asking questions. But I almost just want to be like, when you get it, just send it right back. Because I'm going to end up putting now that I know what I know, I'm going to end up putting a new driver in it.
I'm doing that with my X-Mid right now.
Is it still just Jordy?
No, it got sent back. I got returned wrong. Like I had the wrong address on it. Now
you did or they did?
I did. I put the wrong freaking apartment number. And,
wow.
Yeah, unfortunately. But it got sent back. And it's like, get back to them. You know, it's just,
how long ago was that? That drop was a while ago.
Yeah, it was. It's been like I've been waiting this whole week. I thought it would have been last week, but
you always have fucking issues with
always
USPS and shit.
It's my.
You need a PO box, dude.
I'm going to.
They're pretty cheap. The one in my area here was like, was it $87 for a year or something?
It's not bad.
And here's the thing people don't realize when they look at pricing for a PO box, you don't have to buy a box big enough to hold the packages that you're going to get. You just get a regular box. And then if the packages are too big or there's too many, they put it in a locker and then they put a key in your box. So when I looked at pricing, I was like, shit, $500 a year for a box this big to hold all the packages I'll get. But no, they just throw it all in a locker and throw you a key. So yeah, it's a lot easier than you think. And it's not that, I mean, it's like $100. I think maybe in Lansdale it was $200 for the year, but I can write it off. I'm using it way less here because my post office here, it's brutal, dude. The one that's technically my post office, which is actually like a mile further away, closes at 4:15. The one closest closes at 4. Oof. They're open till noon on Saturday. Like I
And there's
literally,
always
That's
a
my
line.
trouble.
like I cannot get there. The one in Lansdale was open until 6:30. It was awesome. I would get done work, pick up my kid, whatever, and then I would go to the post office, get the shit out, do whatever. But I did find out recently, I think they actually keep the door unlocked.
Yeah,
at
most
night.
of them do. Yeah, most of them
So
do.
I think the door's unlocked at night. So I think I can go just, if I need to just get into the P.O. box. And at least this post office has a mailbox with enough space to get a decent sized package in. The one that's closest, you can't fit anything but a fucking envelope in there.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless
what are
they
you
have one of
doing?
those like package drop things.
How do you not have one of those?
They're trying to weed that out. They make so little money. I'm sure they don't want. They'd be happy if nobody sent packages.
No, the newer ones are.
Dude, what do you
have
mean?
all the packages.
They make a ton of money off of me, at least. I pay.
They make it, but they don't manage it. It's just like the post office, I don't think has been turned a profit in 50 years?
So my post office in King of Prussia was so bad that they closed it down. That's how bad of reviews it was getting, and packages missing, and just horrible service. They closed it down.
Exactly, Angelo. $86, and you get a key for anything bigger. It's great. It does depend though on your area. It might cost you more because you live in like King of Prussia.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you could. You can also, by the way, UPS stores sell stuff like that too. You can get a box, and then you just literally have an address, and you can do USPS, FedEx, UPS, whatever. They just deliver it like an address. So that could be an option if your post office just sucks.
But you can't get UPS sent to PO boxes.
Yes, you can. You just put the physical address, and then you put your PO box number as like an apartment number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So like mine is the Frederick post office in PA. So if I use UPS, I just give them it's like 2581 Big Road in Frederick, unit 251. And then if I do USPS, I do PO Box 251 Frederick, PA. So you just have to make sure, depending on who's sending it. But honestly, unless I absolutely don't know the company, or it's like a new company sending me stuff for the first time that I'm not sure, I might shit on the product because I've never handled it, I'll give the PO box. But I usually just give my address now because it's just such a pain with the hours. Although
I normally send it to my
packages are probably safe, and you've probably got a camera that is on your porch.
I have a Ring thing.
Yeah,
and then I actually have one in my garage, which is dumb. But
I'll tell you what, remember when I told you about that crazy chick I dated for like 4 years who had all the cash? She ordered a thing off Amazon that goes on her porch, and it's about 6 inches shorter than me, and it locks. And when most people come up, it's a package dispensary. So they put the packages in there. They've got a key for it. And then when she comes home in the afternoon, she unlocks it. So there's never anything sitting on her porch.
Yeah, I bought a weatherproof like plastic box that's now next to my door that says packages on it, because we don't have a front porch or a back deck. Like, we don't have any covered area. Like with Amazon, I can use Amazon Key, where they can actually open my garage door and throw shit in, but I find that weird, so I don't do it. So shit doesn't get rained on. We just have this bin. You just lift the handle off, throw shit in, and shut it.
Next time you're on Amazon,
it's not going to be locked, but nobody's stealing shit here, dude. We're in we're pretty rural at this point.
But see, that's why I use my girlfriend.
Next time you're on Amazon, just Google or on Amazon search package mailbox.
There's no point in me doing it. And what, you got to give the mail person a key?
When your mail guy comes by, you can give them a key. They've got a big thing that they can pull it down and drop it in. But if they're bringing you like a little heater or something that, is a box that won't fit in a hole, they've got a key that opens the bottom. It's just one of those key
thing
like
would have
opens
to be
and
massive.
So
to
most
hold
post office, they have post
About-
office ready keys where the postmen have keys that can
That's
open a
everything.
certain
Right.
lock.
So that means that somebody
Yeah.
out there can copy it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
I might as well give them my garage door thing to get in through Amazon. Like,
Yeah. Basically. See,
Hey, quick
my
question about
girlfriend's.
Leatherworks. Are they still real small? Is it still just Jordy and his wife Lisa and like I guess Jordy's father-in-law that helps him design, or have they expanded?
What are
Because
you
they seem to have
talking
a lot of lights. Huh? Focusworks.
I don't know. I just know that it's wait, I don't know why Focusworks gets so much play. New guys on the block. What do you mean? They have a really affordable custom. That's why they're popular, because the F2 is $175. You get a custom flashlight. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Before
that's.
I did the review, I went to their website and read their about section, which is very informative. It started off as his last name's Warren, I think. Warren Machine and Tool was the name of this company. And then in 2015, they made their first light. And
Might
it
be
said
Warner. But
Warner, yeah. So Warner Machining and Tool is the name of was the
yeah,
name of the
he's
company.
making a knife right now.
And he makes fidgets as tops
Yeah.
and shit. He loves tops. He has a passion for that. But he says in his about that it is him and his father-in-law, which I guess is his wife's dad, do the design. His father-in-law really just helps.
I
And then
guess.
Lisa, his wife, does
It's
all
definitely his wife's dad.
well, or his ex-wife's dad. But his
Ex-father-in-law.
that's true. But Lisa, his wife, does all the bookkeeping, all the shipping. It doesn't sound like they're
Yeah.
much more than a garage with the CNC machine, which is
Marceau,
cool.
you're just being a jackass. You know exactly, you know the deal. You know what I'm gonna say to this. So I'm not even gonna say it. But you know the deal. It's a custom flashlight, all right? It's just like calling a Rosie a custom knife or whatever. It's
Marceau's not
small
in it.
batch CNC made by a couple people in a shop is what we mean by that.
Aren't most emitters just like they don't make them custom? It's the outer casing that they customize, right?
Well, yeah. So basically the custom part is the host, they call it. The clip,
Yeah.
the tube, the head, and then some people do custom thread, engine, that kind of stuff. But for the most part, you can buy the LEDs from China. In this case, Charles actually developed the driver in it. He used an existing thing and tweaked it. It's like an open source thing he tweaked. So that's his. Pretty sure it's made in China as well. And then he machines the copper pill that it's all connected to. But yeah, I mean, it's just like knives. You have bearings and you have screws that these guys buy.
Which
Yeah.
takes it to another level. I would say not only does it stop at the tube, but each custom maker decides what components to put together to make the custom light that they're trying to offer to the market.
In a lot of cases, though, these guys are literally buying the thing from Charles. Like, you can go on his website and you can order a MCPCB with the LEDs and the secondaries on it. You can order it you can order a driver from him that most of these guys use either this driver or the other one, the Dr. Jones. You can order a copper pill from him. So I think a lot of these guys order the stuff right from him, and then they just assemble it and put it in a light that they designed the body of and everything. It seems like some of these guys are full on engineer, they can do all that stuff. But then there's a segment of these guys that are literally just machinists, and then they're taking the parts that exist and putting them in what they machine. To me,
Right.
that's still a custom light.
It is because they're
It's
cheap
a custom pen.
to buy and put in, whether it's a 4,000, 5,000, whether it's this
Good
battery,
point.
that
Custom
battery.
pen. They're
So
putting
there's
a
lot of
Parker
different
refill in there. It's still a
variables
custom.
that you can buy from China and still make it custom to that light because you put it together a certain way with the different pill, I don't know the parts, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Kind of like a recipe. You
What's
throw
up, Level
different
On Up?
ingredients in.
How's it going?
Level on up.
But yeah, so I've gotten to the point where I'm getting a little bored, not bored of the lights. That's the wrong word. I think I've bought like a lot of what's out there. So like I'm not finding, because for a while there it was like every day I'm like, oh, there's something new that I could buy, whatever, find, buy, hunt down. I kind of got all the ones I wanted. The ones that I can't are like impossible. And then I don't know. I just don't see a lot coming up for sale. Like I want more. I bought one today. It's an aluminum. It's like nickel plated aluminum deadwood custom. I should show you guys a picture. It's freaking sexy. This is the video from the guy. I don't know if
your hobby is more honestly like new and exciting thing.
got this topo pattern on it or something. I don't know, it looks pretty sick. But I got that. I got it for $225.
But for some reason, it has not kicked into me yet. Where I still like when I look at a $200 light or $300 light, which is what I'm looking at now. I keep thinking, if that was a knife, what would I like better? And even though I don't need another knife, I just don't get the same. Even though in my new reviews, I'll do a little cut and then I'll go out on my front porch because it's about 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll do shine tests. But I just don't get, I use it more than my knife, but I think I can get by with using this.
It says black nickel topo aluminum. So whatever that is. Dude, I use my lights more than I use my knives.
I do too.
And so for me, it's a functional tool that I carry all the time. I've gone through a whole, I mean, if you watch my channel from the beginning, you could like, I went from not carrying anything but a knife and maybe a wallet, early on to, I had a knife, I had a pen a pry bar. I had all this shit in my pocket. And then you go through, like you realize the pry bar never gets used. It never fucking, let's not joke around. Nobody uses a pry bar. Nobody uses a bit bomb or whatever. What's the thing called? Bit bomb is our thing. I'm talking about the beer bomb. You carry it because you think it's cool or whatever, which is fine. But then when I come across something that is useful, like a flashlight, it's going to bump that right out of the pocket for this. So now I carry a flashlight and usually 2 lights, and I carry a wallet.
I know there's a collecting aspect, but don't you think out of your flashlights, you could pick 2 that would do everything you wanted them to do? And I know knives are the same way.
I can do that with knives. Yeah, it's collecting, dude. That's what it's.
I know. I'm just saying. For some reason,
Fidgets was the same way. For some reason, I got it in my head that I love the tactile nature of fidgets and
Scotch.
And it just it's.
I'm not knocking you at all.
I go through phases. I think knives are always constant, but then I always have something else that I have to like.
It's like that new exciting thing.
Tech shit.
Well, I give you credit because you're also self-educating. You're not doing it just to spread information. I watch you learn and then share. And that's cool. I mean, because I know you enjoy learning about that shit.
But I'm talking about us office people, I should say. Like there's people who work with their hands every day. They use a pry bar, but do you use those little pocket pry bars? I've tried. Like I've had scenarios where I needed it and it sucks balls. It doesn't work well. I tried prying a paint can that was sealed shut. I fucking cut the shit out of myself. Like I pinched myself on the clip because they're so fucking small. And then every one of them has a stupid ass bottle opener. Don't get me started on the stupid ass bottle openers on these pry bars. Dude,
everybody who's ever been a drunk knows you can take a lighter or a pry bar and hold your bottle like this and go like this. Pop.
This is still the best design. This design, not meaning the fulcrum, it is great, but this design, having a bit driver on it and a pry bar, because guess what? I can pop a bottle with this. I don't need a fucking a bottle opener on there that ruins the ergonomics.
Have I shown you this USA made transformer?
No. Maybe.
This is
I don't know.
this is a
Does it rattle? Is that why you're shaking?
no, there's no rattle. I'm doing it. So
Oh,
you
is that on Etsy?
It's
Gotcha
Etsy,
things. What's
uh,
up, man? Yeah, you can't get leverage. You're popping
he
bottles with
also
them, which
makes
is why they
this.
put bottle openers on them.
It's Teal Design Company.
At least the beer
Yeah,
bomb.
he's on Etsy, right?
Yep.
At least
Yeah.
the beer bomb he
I've
designed
seen
it
that. I've been
to
wanting to
be a
grab one
bottle
of
opener.
his
The ones he's doing now are inlines where they have 3 bits. But what's cool
Yeah.
about
Wait,
this,
who is this? Sorry,
this is Teal Design Company. They're on Etsy. They also
Teal?
make these Teal, T-E-A-L. They also make these really cool handmade utility knives
Okay.
that use something like a shark lock. Check this out.
It is a
You
shark
can
lock.
flip it with the studs,
That's pretty cool.
and he makes fixed blade these knives.
What's
But
up,
what's
Palmer?
cool about this is these bits don't move. I've carried it in my pocket. I've never had a
None of my
bit move.
pets have a bottle opener?
You've got a magnet where you can put it in the end,
Okay.
or you've got a magnet or you can put it there to get some torque. And I keep a
How many
T6, a
pry bars do
T8.
you have, Space Ghost?
Lynch Northwest, they all had bottle openers. You must have a different one of the long ones, or that's the thing. I love the design, the machining, all of that of the Lynch all access passes. They're sexy, man.
That's my
But
favorite.
functionally, they suck unless you're scraping a sticker.
Yep.
Or maybe you're trying. No, they don't even. Do they have the little things you can get staples out? Maybe.
Some
No,
of
I
them
don't know.
do.
I just
Some.
for me,
This one does.
that's one of the things in the EDC community I find ridiculous is pry bars, and then the pocket trash. I'm
I
sure
don't
at
get
some
pocket
point I'll
trash.
get hooked on it, and I'll do that. I'll do all that, but as of now, the beer bomb and those things. I love One-Eyed Ghost. Eddie is a great dude, local guy, actually. Love the guy. Love the company. But like the Keystone thing, it's like Nux. Oh, fuck. Don't even get me started. I have I don't get it. But
Same
you know,
here.
I'm buying $800 flashlights, so I'm a
That's
fucking
by
idiot
far
too.
the
I'm just
worst.
saying. What's that?
That's the worst pry bar I have. This is the Glow Rhino.
See, that's a bottle opener, though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's,
But see, you can go get a Maverick custom, and they make most of them with bottle openers, but you can find them without. And
It
this
just
is just
see,
a real
that-
simple.
So the problem with that is it's just a stick.
yeah.
It's just a stick that pries.
At least the
You know,
Fulcrum has a bit driver on it. That's why I liked the Fulcrum, because I could carry it. And I thought if my clip ever needed adjusting or pivot, if you're somebody who doesn't Loctite your knives, Fulcrum's a great idea to have on you.
What do you think about the
The
micro?
only time I ever used it was I was like at my parents' and my kid's little toy died and I had to change it. Guess what? I was at my fucking parents. They have screwdrivers. So like,
But
I
wasn't
always
it cool to be able to use your fulcrum for something?
what?
Wasn't it cool to be able to use your fulcrum for something?
I'd much rather have my flashlight in my pocket.
This
And I'm
one,
not
Palmer,
carrying,
right here.
like here, I'll show you what I'm
I
carrying
just
today. You guys,
I can't picture myself using a flashlight
this
that
one.
much.
you guys
Like,
can tell me what you guys carry today. So I had my Lefty custom Strix. Love this thing. And I had the Dabless from CKF. And then I have my Arcadian with the Tie 2 clip that I just got. Dude, I'm telling you, Louis, I use this more than a knife. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's like if you have your phone, you could just use your phone. I get it. So for me, I like having the thing. It's titanium. You know, it's cool.
yeah.
And then I have my card slip from Northwoods. Love this thing. And that's it. That's what I carry. 2 knives, a flashlight, and a card slip.
The first one, Palmer,
this
just
pill
go to
container
Etsy and
for my
search
medication.
for search
Titanium.
for Teal Design Works. When you come to his store, you might not see a fulcrum just like mine because he's updated it and made it thinner and inline. But
I
you'll
don't
see
think
all
he
his
calls
stuff
it the
there.
fulcrum, does he?
Who?
teal design.
No, I'm gonna pull it up and drop the link in there for Paul.
What do you got? The Dawn? What is that?
No.
Is that a Migron? What the fuck is that?
Yep. It's a Migron. Why is it not coming up?
Pull it back. What is that? Is that the Fish Stick 2.0?
No, it's the
AM8 Flex
Why is it?
2? Yeah, dude, I don't know what camera you're using, but it is not.
I'm using one of my old phones, but it does not
Get your
like
face
this knife.
out of the way.
It does not like this knife.
I don't
Check
know what
this
it's
link
trying
out,
to zoom
buddy.
in on.
Check this link out
That's
that I'm
wild,
sharing
dude.
right now.
Is your old phone like a Samsung S10?
No, it's actually a really good phone.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Anyway, we can see it. What is it?
It is the Migron Moreau or something.
Okay.
Mero. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Miro.
Yeah, Mero.
Yeah, I
And
feel like
I
Migron
like
and Maxace are kind of doing similar stuff, like really affordable titanium
Yeah.
and premium steel.
It's like $200. Can't beat it, you know?
Yeah, just none of them
Every-
interest me aesthetically.
No.
Oh,
I
but
just
that
needed
next
some-
link is the new
new-
prop bar he's making.
I just need
What?
something new in the pocket.
Shut
I'm
up,
sorry
Kev.
to
I'm on
interrupt,
the
guys.
S9. All right, man. I was talking about the I can't remember the name. Remember back in the day, all right? Remember back in the day when you got a phone and it died in a year because it was terrible back then, and Android had just come out or whatever, and you got every time you got an update, it was named like Cupcake or
Yeah.
what were the names? Like Unicorn Blood.
Peatland,
Cupcakes.
they're all kinds.
I remember Cupcake. What was the other one? Oh,
There-
Kit Kat was one of them.
Yeah, like bubble gum. They had like the wildest
Yeah.
updates, and they would. I swear, after a year, your phone would just start like being
Yeah.
all slow and nasty, and then you'd have to get a new one. And that was a Samsung. I can't remember what those were. I guess they were the pre-S whatever.
I mean, they had so many different phones. Like,
I
it's
think
not
it
even
was called
funny.
it was like the predecessor to the Galaxy that I had. I think
At
probably
some
like the
point
Supernova.
around
Niners are
2000
losing? To who? Hold on, I gotta look that up. Who are they playing? They're playing the Packers?
And the
Oh, they're
49ers
not. I mean, they're
won.
not out of it yet. I mean, the Packers have the ball 21-17, 3rd and 9. I mean, they could still pull it off, I guess, but
big conversion
that would be
opportunity here.
that would be an upset. That would be an upset.
This sounds stupid, but are they in the playoffs now? I don't follow that shit.
Yes, they're in the playoffs.
So whoever
Second-
wins this
I
goes
guess
to
it would be
Super
the
Bowl or
second
goes to
round
the
now.
quarters. So it'll be the quarters after this.
I was disappointed by the Eagles this year.
Well, dude, the Eagles were 10-1, and then
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell happened.
that's what I'm
It was like
saying.
they got bitch slapped, and they just stopped playing. It was the wildest shit.
This
don't know
comes from someone who knows nothing about the game, but I would think if you can keep players healthy throughout the year, that's what
Yes.
changes the
That's a huge
outlook.
factor in football. Unfortunately, it's definitely a game of attrition.
Yeah,
And the Eagles had some key injuries, but I don't know if Jalen was. I think Jalen was maybe hurt the second half, like his knee was fucked up, and they just didn't.
Jalen Hurt.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he
you know
comes
what,
from
dude?
Alabama. He's
They were
strong for the
10-1,
game.
but they could have easily lost like 3 or 4 or 5 of those games they won early on. They were like nail biter
Mateo.
wins. So I don't know.
Switching phones out. Hold on.
No, we're not talking about hockey. We never talked about hockey ever. I hate hockey. That's the worst sport in my opinion. Professional sport. It's to me, hockey's a AAA sport. I could talk football, I could talk baseball, and I could talk basketball. I'd put them in order: baseball, football, basketball, probably. But
And I'm
I
sitting
usually just
listening.
tune in around playoff time now. I used to be diehard Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, but I don't know. It's with like 4 jobs and everything. It's like something has to give, and that's kind of what I've let
What
go.
happened to me is my sponsor, my second year in AA, recommended that I not watch college football because I was taking it too seriously. And then he made a really good point because
You
I'm
were
an
probably
Auburn guy.
betting.
I wasn't. I'm just a big Auburn fan, and I get really dejected when they lost because I went to school there. But he said, John, and he made a good point. These are kids. These are kids your daughter's age. And people are expecting them to do things that, what were you doing when you were that age? I was like, dude, I'm not watching anymore.
Something's moving in there.
Plus, I just love starting the day with Bloody Marys. I mean, football was to me a just celebration.
Yeah, hockey is cool in person. I agree. Baseball is pretty good in person. Football's the worst. Soccer's okay.
I want to go to an MMA fight.
On TV.
I want to go to an MMA fight. I think that would be super cool in person.
What are these? Is this what you're selling or what you're after? After Hours, Midnight Gunslinger, Divo Knit Voodoo, Mini Evo, Oaks Lantra, Oak City Leather.
That's what he's carrying.
Oh. Well, why do you say since Dopey isn't here?
Because Dopey has so many knives. He's showing he's got more.
Ah, okay. My bad. My bad.
Focus Works F2.
You got the nip, huh? Hell yeah, dude. Love the nip.
I'm carrying.
The pressure in college basketball is seriously intense. Yeah, I can't get into college basketball too much. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think the fact that it's turnover yearly, like it doesn't, like the players aren't consistent, kind of makes it less interesting to me. I don't know.
Like, not that college football isn't, but college football.
I'd rather watch baseball on TV, Neville, because you can see the pitch up close. In person, it's kind of like you don't even really see what's happening until you hear the crack, and then you're like, where's it going? Like, I don't know. I'd rather watch it and then just, for me, the fun about baseball is sitting there with my dad. Unfortunately, my grandpa passed away last year, and that was where we got a lot of, like, we spent a lot of time watching Phillies with my grandpa, my brother, my dad on Sundays before dinner, and just shooting theories and talking ball was the fun.
That's special though. That's and I can see how when that dynamic changed, you even lost more interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
So
yeah, like
was
my
the
brother
Eagles
moved to
with me.
Holland a couple years ago. My grandpa died this year. So, it's not occasionally in the summer my dad will still do dinner on Sundays and shit, and we'll watch a game, but it's not the same thing.
Well, that's a big change for y'all's dynamic. But this is the one they had on NAF sale, except mine, I bought the black clip and collar when I bought my purple nurple because I'm an idiot. And I knew that it wouldn't go with purple nurple, which subconsciously led me to buy this one so I could use my black clip.
Yeah.
And then I had to buy the black one. And the only one I didn't buy is the Jack Sparrow. And that motherfucker keeps popping up. I'm going to end up buying it. And that's stupid. I don't need it.
It's very good. That's my favorite one.
Well, it is, but it's exactly like my purple cow with just a little different color carbon fiber.
Hell
Tell
yeah,
me
Tori. He picked up a purple haze Halt.
Fucking A.
Yeah, dude, paying for it. Do you have Sezzle on there?
No, I have a Shop Pay.
Shop
What
Pay.
is say Shop Pay?
Paying
Pay,
for it.
Oh, you're lucky, dude. They're letting you use it.
Yeah.
They cut us off fast on that. So
really?
Yeah, get ready for that. Now, luckily, Shop Pay is not gay, and they'll pay out.
So like, what did they shut you off? Why they?
So they just shut off Shop Pay.
They dropped the 26th or 24th, M-Bomb.
We still use Shop Pay. Yeah. We use Shopify payments.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't let us use the Shop Pay and for it's it's a stupid difference.
Yeah.
Because of weapons or whatever. And then every once in a while they would question us on Shopify payments as well. They'd be like, you're selling whatever, and they'd like put us on hold or whatever, and we had to like be like, this is a pre-order. That's another thing. They hate pre-orders.
Yeah.
We had to be like, this is a pre-order for a manual folding knife. It's artwork. It's like, it's collectible. It's not a weapon in any way. And and then we'd have to be like, here's our invoice from the manufacturer. They're going to be done X amount. So they know you're not just taking people's money. And then, because especially if it's longer than 90 days for the pre-order,
That's what I'm doing
take
with
issue with it. So early on, like the Stout pre-order, they held on to, I think they held on to 15% or 85%. I can't remember which one. It was one or the other. I think it was 15% they held back when because like people pay and then Shopify pays you out every like week or two. They do a payout. So
Now
they
they
have your
do
money for a
different.
little while.
They do
So they
different
would
on the
hold
drop.
every payment. They would hold 15%. And then once it was like for 90 days or something to make sure there weren't a bunch of chargebacks.
Yeah, that would
And
be
then
my
they
point.
released it.
On a
And they did
pre-order,
that
you would
on
want
the
to protect
Stout.
yourself over a massive
Yeah.
chargeback.
They did that on the
because the knife
Stout,
didn't
and
get
then they
made.
questioned us on, I think, the Buzz or something. I can't remember. And we just, gave them whatever information, and then they were like, okay, fine. Because they actually cut us off for a little bit. And we were like, listen, we called, we had a contact, we got lucky. Person reviewed it and was cool.
Yeah.
And that was like over a year ago, and we haven't had anything since. But yeah, so just you might.
Yeah, I tried getting Sizzle. Sizzle knocked me down. They, with the knives. I don't know.
That's what they said.
Yeah,
we have Sizzle. Maybe because
Really?
we're grandfathered in or something.
It was also other stuff. That was just one of the things that they said possibly could be it. So
I think.
like
did you have an item on your website for them to buy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
The knives.
Yeah, but they weren't available. So
well, I locked it and gave them the password.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was going to say they have to be able to order an item to test it or put it in the cart.
I also think because it wasn't I guess I wasn't an LLC yet. That was also I don't know.
I did hear that they were being weird about knives. So maybe because we already have it, it's fine. Or we have Sizzle, but yeah, I don't know.
Do you have to be an LLC to have a YouTube channel that makes money, or is it just smarter to do that? I know y'all talk knife business.
What?
Do you have to have an LLC to be a YouTube money that brings in profit, or is it just easier? I know you do.
What I understand from my accountant, who's actually a knife guy, I don't know if he's here, but he told me you don't need an LLC. An LLC, like when you do your taxes and shit, there's no difference between you doing your personal taxes and an LLC.
You're not saving anything.
The LLC is for liability.
It's protection.
Right. It's protection.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it's
a YouTube creator would need
certain things for you to have one, like why they care.
I can see that with like Sizzle and stuff because they want to make sure that you are protected and like I can see that. But
that reminds me, just with Divo, we need to make sure we redo the whole LLC thing. I don't know if we're on an annual. We gotta look into that.
Also, that new thing that you have to do now if you have an LLC.
For Lefty, I had one last year. I went through like Taylor Brands, which was the worst decision ever. It was just like some ad I saw, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just do it." It said it would take 5 minutes. It kind of did, but then they just want to sell you everything left and right, and get you on an annual thing and just charge you. Anyway,
is a corp.
I did that last year, but there's no reason for me to have it really. It's for Lefty. There's no reason to have an LLC, I think, but for Divo, we definitely need it. So yeah, I do want to double check that. I think Colin handles that, but we were using what's it called? The what's that tax? Not TurboTax, the other one, LegalZoom. We used that at first.
And they charge you shit.
So. What would it be called? We have to what?
Something. What the fuck was it? My brain. Bless it. Oh, I left you a link in the private chat, the second link. I think that's where we should drive people for the giveaway for a sub drive. And that's the video I was telling you
How
about.
do you get the corp? Same as LLC? What? Dude, having a knife guy accountant is the greatest thing I ever did.
I think a corporation's worse from a cost standpoint.
No, so he says you don't need an LLC. All you need is a corp. LLC costs you more to get started. And so a corporation, I don't know. He might know more than I do, but when you sign up for an LLC, you have to choose what kind. And there's S corp. There's another corp. There's partnership. Like we're a partnership because it's me and Colin, 50-50. Everything's down the middle. So we're just a partnership, which is filed a little differently. I think, I forget how it all works, but you can also be an S corp, and then there's like individual proprietor bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of what I read was like if you're an individual proprietor and you don't need most of that because it's just you're the owner, operator, everything. You know what I mean? So, but obviously it can protect you. You need some type of protection. You know, it would be helpful.
That's why I think NAFCL does such a good service. I had to talk somebody, not off the ledge, but they had sold a knife, somebody on Instagram who comments or messages me and said that they, the knife had sold, but they haven't gotten paid yet. And I said, I bet because of their buyer protection, they wait for the knife to be delivered, which is not true. I found out they wait for it to ship before they deposit the money. So you've got that buyer seller protection. That would make sense to me. I would understand that if I'd sold a knife and had to wait till it got to the, buyer and they didn't claim some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, right. LLC is there to protect you, so they can't go after your personal assets and shit. But again, for Lefty, like I don't see why that would become a thing. I guess maybe if let's say I had a knife or something and I wasn't supposed to show it and I showed it early and they try to sue me or something, maybe it would help there, but I just don't see that happening.
That'll never happen. You just make a nasty video.
And I'm not an idiot either. So, but for Divo, somebody like fucking cuts a finger off and wants to sue us, I don't know, might probably be good to have.
See, I don't think we can do that. Don't all knives say
taxes number? I used to use TurboTax all the time. TurboTax is the shit, dude. But now I have an accountant. Knife guy.
If you have an LLC, you can also like set up like basically have like
even with an
gives
LLC,
you the opportunity to do.
It's just more difficult. Have an LLC for our renter properties and a different one for my business. Yeah, he would know because he's got multiple businesses. Yeah.
He's also your connection.
That's why you have to get a trust and have the trust own the LLC. So.
You can just do a sole proprietor. No need. What do you mean? What does that mean? You mean just file as? That's what I do.
You joke about trust, but before my dad,
payments. No, I'm not joking. I'm serious. You can have a trust, and you can do that.
We did when my dad was still driving, but he had total dementia, and it was a fucking nightmare. We moved everything in his personal portfolio into a trust so that if he ran somebody over, this sounds horrible, but his exposure would be limited. So trusts are also a great way if you've got wealth and you don't want anything to be able to come after that, and they still can. It's just harder. But yeah, I just recently went through that. Then we took his car away, and now it's just a bigger pain in the ass. Check the private chat and look at the link I put in for you. It's the second link. The first one was wrong. That's where I think we should drive the sub for giveaways tonight. If you have a giveaway, if not, I'll do one.
Oh, the Gay Blade?
Dude, I'm so into his channel. You've got to watch other videos.
Yeah, but I watched the other one you sent me, but the Gay Blade, we would have to do the Lush one. But I don't do that. I do the hashtag.
I know you do the hashtag, but
I posted his video on my channel. So
dude, you're doing a lot for him, but I'm just saying To
Did
be
you guys
born,
watch the Gay Blade?
to be
Lush
born
review?
a lesbian
No, I didn't.
and
Yeah,
come out of the closet
his
at
name's
18.
Sam Peterson. Here, I'll show you. This is his video of something else.
And he talks
I'm
about
gonna
being
watch.
born a lesbian, coming out of the closet at 18, and starting the transition process right after that. And then he talks about how you can tell if a man
He should
is
change
a
the name
trans.
though to the Gay Blade. It would be a fucking great channel if he. That's a
Yeah.
great channel name, dude. The Gay
Yeah.
Blade. Being gay and having a channel called the Gay Blade is fucking amazing.
I agree.
But anyway, I don't care about him
my new
being.
channel's going to be It's Blade, bitches.
See, like Javon's all like, he's all like he said he came out as a lesbian. I don't give a shit about all that.
He
Like,
tells that story. What
I
to
know,
me,
but
when I
whatever.
watched it, I thought he was
Be
a
what you want to
man.
be.
It just shows you that perception's not reality. When I watched him, I thought he was a gay man. I never once thought that he was trans.
is a
You know,
gay
he
man.
said that. He said that in every video. He says something about trans.
But
But
he
then when
is
he
a
tells
gay
us
man.
who was born as a woman.
You sound like a boomer. He's a gay man.
He is
It's
a
whatever
gay
he wants to call
man.
himself.
Exactly. I'll identify with him as a man, but I just found it fascinating that he
Who was
seems.
born as a no, he is.
But yeah, but I see people like Erica who like knives. I think that's cool. I see people like, all different types of people. But when you see somebody that seems so out of, and this is just me and my childhood prejudices, which really aren't prejudices, just, I guess, stereotypes come into play. I would not think someone like that, who could easily be transported into one of my drama channels as a commentator, would really like knives. And you can tell he really likes knives. Different
Next
stuff,
thing you know,
but he appreciates
tomorrow
it. And I
Javon's-
loved when he said
You are
on the
totally a boomer.
Javon's
did you see the Kaiser Beglighter?
he's gonna drop his whole channel.
When the Kaiser Beglighter, he goes, "This is thin and slicey, just like I like my men."
Well, no, there was the part in the
The
Lush
7
video,
inches.
he was
That's
like,
what he
he
said.
goes,
gotta
it's
watch
7, he
this.
goes, it's 7 inches or whatever, and he's like, that's what he said. And then he's
He's
like,
so
and then he
funny,
goes,
man.
you wish.
Did you get my comment about he drops Knife Joy or Knife Dope's name a lot? They're buddies. They trade out knives,
I don't
and that's
know.
why I put the two.
I just thought it was interesting because when I forget who sent me the video. I think it was Seth sent me that video and was like, hey, check this out. So I looked at it and then I shared it because I thought it was an interesting take because I never have ever thought of the Lush being a beefy. He called it beefy, like it wasn't slicey. He was saying it was thick. The
Thick in
Lush
the
is like
handle.
0.47 inches.
Thick in
It's
the
a
handle.
slicey gentleman's knife, in my opinion.
In my
I thought
opinion,
that was super interesting to hear somebody
haven't.
else's take on.
we have men hands.
I haven't held it.
He shows in his video where he talks about how you can tell, he shows how small his hands are. So if you think of Christine, who has big hands for a woman, if you think of fucking Kara's hands, a small hand, that knife is going to feel thicker in width in a little hand than it would in our hands. And we hold bigger knives. If you saw his video where he talked about getting the mayhem in and
Here,
having
let's watch the Lush video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right,
he's so good. I'm a fan. I'm a subscriber.
dude, I love him too, Sam Peterson.
You're
I
not
think he should
subscribed.
change. I think he should change the name though to Gay Blade.
Surprise! He is the Gay Blade.
Just
I'm
Gay
Sam
Blade.
Peterson, author of 2 books,
You
Drunkie,
need to
Transgender
subscribe.
Junkie,
Wait,
and Sugar, a memoir of craving.
Those
I'm
are
an
the
old
two
gay
books.
trans
Oh,
man
maybe
with
that's why.
bad
Maybe he
teeth,
does
and I
other
love
stuff, too.
knives.
He wrote 2 books.
And
Pause it
I'm
for a
not
sec.
here
Okay,
to
so he doesn't
rate
want to
them
just
or tell
be
you
the
about
Gay
the
Blade.
newest, the
Got it.
fastest, the
Pause it.
fanciest, the kapowest. I'm here to queerly share my queer love of
I'm here to
knives
queerly
with you.
share. I love it.
Well, it's finally happened. I ran out of cash. I went to buy some knives from a pal at a really great deal too. And oop,
I'll put a link to
I
the
was
video in the
maxed
chat, guys.
out to the max. I think I have knife amnesia. I legit forgot
Nice,
that I had
Ant.
spent money
He's
on some
hilarious.
knives.
No,
which I
Ant said
forgot.
it would definitely feel
And
thick
bam.
compared to anything else Kara's
There was
holding.
in my face, maxed out. I still have something to
He's
show
making fun
you,
of Cole's dick. That
but
was great.
unless and until I get a windfall,
At least that's what I got
may
out
be
of
on
it.
hiatus for a bit. Knife collecting is an expensive endeavor, and even if you limit yourself to budget knives, which I
Everything he
don't,
says is accurate.
at this point in my collecting career, I am unfortunately mostly drawn to knives over 200, which is really more than I should be spending. But there you go. I'm sure you can relate. I'm not on any knife exchange pass around group like most of the knife content producers are, or anyway, the ones that, have a following. If you think you see the same knives over and over all the time, between knife influencers, it's because they literally pass them around.
Dude, you can
They
join
also
my
share
pass
their own
around,
collections
Blade.
with one
You're in,
another,
dude.
which is
You just gotta hit me up, though.
fantastic. But
That's
I'm not
like
a part
a lot
of
of
that
people who say
picture.
stuff like that. It's like, have you
Subscribe
ever
to
Someday
him
I
tried
and
have.
be an
join?
elder
Yeah.
statesman
Crying
community
aside,
and
let's
reach
see what I
out
It
got
and
all
talk
here.
to
just
him.
come to you,
This,
Yeah.
my sweet
But anyway, if
ladies,
you ever watch this for
is
some
the
random reason,
Divo
please hit me up.
Lush.
You can join my pass around.
It's
You got a
in
YouTube channel, you
Arctic
review knives. I
Storm
love it.
Fat Carbon,
Gotta
which
change the
is a
name to
new
Gateway.
material for me, and S90V.
Yeah, we're not taking
I
you
like
know,
this Fat Carbon a lot. I don't know if I'd pay a bunch of, an extra for it, but it's really good looking. And when you have it in person, it's less gaudy than you would think. It's a nice, sturdy, thick sheep's foot little guy.
I thought it was a great
solid
review. Very
7
positive.
inches. That's what he said. You wish.
I love
It
it.
has a rather unusual method of deployment. Not the deployment itself, which is either by the fuller or the top flip, but the top flip is kind of unusual. It's quite subtle. It's kind of low to the body. Can you see that? Yeah. So, but it's quite available too. So that's good. But the jimping is far from subtle. It's downright borderline objectionable. Downright borderline seems like a conflict of terms, but let's just
It
run
is
with it for
aggressive,
now.
but it's supposed to be
The
aggressive.
jimping is
so you can
harsh,
flick it.
is what I'm saying to you.
That's what she said.
But it's clearly a
Or
well-built,
he, I guess,
solid blade,
your
exceptionally
pleasure.
sturdy, and
Well,
has
here
that
comes the part about it being
Divo
thick.
quality, that thick quality.
I
If
don't-
you have a Divo, you know exactly what I mean. They're not slim, light,
does have a Stout,
slicey
but it's
fellas.
a
He has a
pony.
pony
They're,
stout. It's a
they're
pony with a
substantial.
short shit.
Since all of us Americans are overweight now,
He just called me fat. by the way.
I'd say this knife is an American normal physique.
what?
I love this guy.
What you need to do is go to the third video where he talks about hand size because it
All right,
makes
well,
sense.
we can.
But what knives are like that? Like,
I just thought,
we-
to me, it was
we
interesting.
minimalist.
like
He thought it was that they're thick.
thick?
Like,
Yeah,
maybe I would understand that if you had just like a stout V1, but having a pony's stout's slim as shit. It's like 0.44, 0.43. I just thought that was interesting. And so getting a different take on it, so there's going to be people who watch the Gay Blade and they line up, apparently not the people in the chat. They're going to line up with his taste or his hand size or
That's
his
why
whatever, his style.
you,
And that's, so I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. And I'm
as an
not
elder
showing this or
statesman,
talking about this because I'm not trying to make fun of the guy. Some of the
no,
people in the chat are, which you guys, you can say whatever you want. I love the Gay Blade.
I like the guy. What I'm
love
saying is you should
I
make
love
the
Sam.
giveaway
I don't know
tonight.
Sam, but I love
Hey,
Sam. His
I
think-
fucking sense of humor about being gay and trans is nice.
Let's drive
Yeah.
traffic to his channel. Change your giveaway just for tonight. It takes no more time. You use the same random generator. Let's give Sam love in his comments. Tell him we appreciate what he's doing.
I don't
And-
trust these motherfuckers. They're gonna leave fucked up shit in the comments.
No, they
Exactly.
won't. We'll go in as a community and we'll leave comments under theirs and say you've been singled out.
I
as
have
being a-
shared the review. I've brought it up here. I think
All right,
I've
guys.
brought
Friday
it
night
up.
flinks.
Anybody who is gonna be interested in the content is gonna go over there. I'm not gonna force it because I know what these fucking people are gonna do. I can see
Friday
them already
night,
talking
I'm
shit.
forcing
For-
it. And if anybody leaves a negative content, I will drive to your house and take back the
Can't
knife. you
believe
had.
this. What can't you believe that we're talking about a trans guy reviewing a
I
lush?
can't believe this.
He's just a guy who is from a different persuasion who loves the same things we do. I think
Hey.
that's a beautiful thing. I'd love for him to be more in the community. I think it takes more
just think
diversity.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not some like I was gonna say leftist, but like I'm not like all liberal this and that, but like that guy's clearly fucking awesome. Like,
I'm a
I
social
don't know when,
conservative. He is.
when
I'm
you
the type
guys
of
are
person
like
that-
people are talking shit. That guy's fucking awesome. The
I
gay,
just don't want it
Yeah,
to be
you
shoved
fuck-
down my
dude,
throat. That's all.
the gay blade, and he makes dick jokes and says that's what he said. How can you
It's
not
funny.
love that guy?
It's funny for sure.
Yes, it's nice to have a variety of presenters.
And if he and Knife Dope are buddies, he's a quality
Yeah.
individual too.
Right.
which
I
is
say
good.
the more diversity of people we get into this, community, the better. Period.
Sure. Anyway, I just thought the review was cool. I thought the different point of view was cool, and I really like Sam, the gay blade. So
Well, not
anyway,
only
I
is
just
it
wanted to show
cool,
that. So
it
I gotta
made
check him out.
me
I have not
a
seen him.
good person to think about letting review your knives because you're
Divo
getting
is
a
review.
different perspective that
exactly,
shares a
male
lot of
diva.
the same things. I mean, I would think that would be one of the guys you would want to review your knives because it comes from such a different place.
What
His
love got to do with it? Oh boy. Oh hey, talking about the giveaway. I do have two things. I have this fidget. I recently reviewed. It's called the Crossbones, and it's an interesting one.
That the trash fixed.
I just
Yeah,
dropped a link in
trash
the chat. Go sub to Dan. Not Dan, the gay blade.
Damn.
Sam.
And yeah, I don't know. It's this titanium Crossbones fidget.
That's
Dude, I want
titanium.
to win that.
It's kind of interesting.
It's kind of
and
cool.
then I do have a knife too. Don't worry.
Dude, I am addicted to Fidget Boy. I order everything he drops. And we now talk on Instagram. But he hadn't sent me shit for free.
I got all the stuff from Fidget Boy for free, I think.
I guess because my video got 68 views.
And then I have an O knife parrot just for
There you
Marceau.
go.
So that'll be
Parrot.
the giveaway tonight. Fidget and a parrot
And a parrot.
and some stickers or whatever. Beefer Baron says he subbed. Nice.
Awesome. I mean, he seems
Hey,
like a
dude, we
great
should
guy.
get the Gay Blade a nip. Gay Blade would be into a nip, probably small.
If you
Little-
sent him something to
little knife.
review, he'd send it back. He would be so appreciative. And
I would just send it to him. I'm not gonna.
but I'm just saying, I think that's the kind of thing. If he mentions being a small channel who doesn't get that kind of love, if a maker that he obviously really likes because he
I
talks
just
about
wonder
the
how
knife-
many of the people that say that have actually tried to get into a pass around. I think that they see it and then they think because this happened with I forget his channel, but he hates me and I've never even I've done nothing to him. He makes these slights in his videos and shit. He calls it the Cool Kid Club and shit. And it's like, dude, you've never asked.
Dude, you need to
Never
thank
asked.
yourself for
It's
building
I'm
up such
supposed
a
to reach out
convenient.
to you and ask you to join thing. No, if anybody who's in the pass around, if anybody's here,
Yeah.
it's because we talk or whatever, and then you're like, hey, can I get in? And it's not because anybody's gatekeeping. It's because I'm not going around fucking watching every channel, be like, oh, that person should be in a pass around.
They're
Like-
your knives. You're doing a service.
Well, I don't look at it that way, but like, I don't know how to explain that, but like, you gotta have some,
If you want to make
called-
your site, your
Called
YouTube
initiative.
better than
Yeah,
initiative. Yeah.
you got to go out there and have some initiative and whatever. So like, I don't know. I think I've turned down one person to the pass round. That was today because he didn't have a channel.
But some people, like
But
Sam, might not know how pass arounds work. Because, I mean, I never joined pass arounds, and I know all the people in them. It's just not something that I'd feel comfortable with because I have to keep up with them, and I'm not reviewing my knives.
and I appreciate that because there's people who can't keep up, and it's so fucking.
So I pulled out. I pulled out because I couldn't keep up with
right,
it.
and
I
that's
don't think
and
that's
I
what's
appreciate.
slowing
I
your
had to
knives
recently.
down.
I had to boot somebody
Yeah.
because they just held on to shit. I would get it back fucking with tape and shit on it. The boxes are disappearing. Like, we even lost a knife not too long ago.
Well, I wouldn't be the
another
one that
person, so
wouldn't
it's
send
like-
stuff back or wouldn't lose stuff. I would just constantly stress about, I've got to get this done because it's got to get back. Because I
Right.
try to turn things around in 6 days. I try to get it, and on the 6th day at the latest, have a
I try to
Yeah,
say
it's
7 to 10, and most guys can stick to 7 to 10. Occasionally, they have one that's 2 weeks, and dude, and everybody
has different
shit come
workloads.
up, and it'll you
Yeah.
have a knife for a month or something. And it's like whatever.
MC says up front he's going to need 90 days.
Who?
MC, because he's got
90 days, my ass.
90
Like,
days. What?
That's what he
like
says. He
6
says it could
months
take.
probably. But
Well,
like,
I mean-
yeah, he has a whole thing though. He's not doing
Yeah.
a pass around. He's getting knives sent to him by viewers.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
he
right.
has a process. He gives them something. They know it's going to take a year. And there's probably plenty of guys in the chat that have sent MC something and like it takes forever to get back. I've never done that.
Or he sells it or gives it away on one of his Friday night lives that cut into mine. I'm kidding. I'm always on those trying to win.
I
Trying
don't
to
know.
recruit people to my live.
My point is
And he's got that filter.
there's
by the
people
way.
who like look. I know that they do because they talk shit, and it's like, dude, you don't even you've never asked to check out a Divo. You've never like I'm supposed to reach out to you and say, hey, will you review this? Like, yeah, there's some people I do that too, but like those are people I talk to and like have a relationship with. If I don't have that, why would I just be reaching out to channels? Like,
Well, any
know,
maker
it's
and
just
designer
frustrating.
wants to strategically utilize his protos where he feels comfortable that somebody's going to call him or not review it, like Jim, if they have a problem, instead of trashing it, and it has the most eyeballs. You want the biggest platforms.
Yeah.
My thought is,
I
if
mean,
you have
that's
to
not
admit,
necessarily
and you
true.
reached
I
out
also
to
want
Sam,
feedback.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
so
and
there's
wrote
people
a
I want
letter.
to send knives to that don't have big followings just because I want to get their take, or
yeah.
because I know what it's like to have a small channel. You need to get stuff in for content or whatever, and I'm happy to help that along. I mean, yeah, sure. If it's like a guy with 100 subs and a guy with 20,000, maybe the guy with 20,000 gets the knife first.
Yeah.
But like, I'm happy to include people. Like, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to rant on that for some reason.
Is it a logistical nightmare for you, or do they just come back and you just
No.
know when they come back?
Thanks, JD. I appreciate you, man. And JD is great. But like, so no, it's pretty easy. I created a Slack group because it sucked before when I had it in like, I had this website or something that kept track. It's really hard to keep track of it. You have to have an online file, and then people have to keep track of the path of travel and shit. So like, you could use like a spreadsheet, I guess. But I use Slack. I kind of picked it up from Blade Banter, who runs the Apex group. So I tried to switch over to that, and basically I just create a channel for each knife or package, because usually it's a couple knives from a company or whatever. And then I'll just add them. So So I'll create a new channel. Like I have this Vosteed, what is this thing? Concept Loki. So once I'm done the review, I'll create a channel for this thing, right? And then people will go in there and they'll say in whatever. And then I'll create a path of travel that's, that just says at, Addicted to Knives, at Javon, whatever. And then I'll put at the end, like, back to me or whatever, or giveaway. Because sometimes I just give them away to the people who review it or whatever. And then they all have access to it. So you get the knife, you review it, you look at the list, you send it to the next guy. There's another channel with all the addresses. So it's really low maintenance as long as people are actually sending them. Occasionally it's like, where's this? And then I gotta look through shit and see who might have it. But most of the guys are really good about it. They put tracking in there. They're like, it's on the way to this guy. And it's really smooth. I mean, yeah, it's work, but like, and then a lot of the guys you can update the path of travel yourself. So a lot of the guys are really good about updating it for me, basically, which is super helpful. Anyway, but I get the knives in. What did you say? Oh, let's be honest. It's marketing. If you had a product wanting to bring to market, are you sending it to large channels? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I will happily send it to other people too. Like again, like I said, yeah, I'm sure the big channel would get it first, or at the time I need that to come out or whatever.
If it's about to drop and you need to push it.
I mean, that's why I've got multiple made. You know what I mean? I had one that I knew I was going to be for like, normal. And then I had two that I knew was going to go to the ones that needed to be going to, So.
Do y'all run into reviewers that we all know, and you don't have to call names, that are just hard to work with, that won't review stuff, or that make it sound like they're doing you a huge solid and make you feel kind of, or is it all, sure, man, I'll try to get to it? People you know or know of that know you.
So I feel like it's easy for me because I know most of these guys. Like, I'm friends with most of them. That's who I send shit to. Like, I don't reach out really to just random big channels and try to get them to review. Like, I'm just not, I guess I'm not in the need for that. If we're talking about like Divo, I'm not reaching out to Zach or whatever.
But do you reach out to
Trying to get him to
reach
review
out to
shit.
Zach? Because I think Zach would love to review your knives and be a good platform. He would be one that I think would be a safe one.
I don't know. I haven't even thought about approaching that. I don't
You
think
haven't had to, because you haven't had a knife stay on the shelf except the Buzz.
Well, yeah, but those were all sold, or we sold them.
Yeah, that's multiple times. That's not the first run.
Yeah, I'm sure if I had knives sitting on the shelf, I would be trying to do more. But I would probably just, again, like I know a certain group of people that I could send it to. I don't know. I'm just not looking to. So I don't have that experience, because usually whoever I'm reaching out to is like, yeah, sure,
And why wouldn't they want
with the bigger channels? I do try to allocate.
Like Loot 10 Techs probably had a harder time getting people to look at the Clydesdale.
What?
Like Loot probably had a little harder time getting people to, where did I put it?
I don't know. You got to ask him. But so here's the thing. Pre-orders makes it really difficult, which is another reason we try to get away from pre-orders. And Louis can tell you this now. With the way we do it now, where pretty much 90% of what we do is all not pre-order, right? We have the knives. So I'll allocate 10 samples, right, for marketing, let's say. And then I'll send those 10 out to reviewers. I don't have to worry about passing around 2 or 3 prototypes to 30 people in a small time span. That's hard. You got to do a lot of.
That's smart to do. I mean, I think that pays for itself by having extras.
It's your marketing budget. Yeah. Like YouTube and Instagram, that's literally, in the knife world, that's what our marketing is.
Yep.
So you have to take some and apply it to that, I think. It helps sell them, and it makes it easier because I don't have to worry about passing around shit. Like Nick Stasa, for example. I would hate to send him, and I've done it, I would hate to send him a knife as a prototype versus a finished product if I could that he can keep, because he's going to beat the shit out of it, test it, and then he's going to give a much more thorough, detailed review, and hopefully he's going to love it. You obviously have to have confidence in your product at the same time. But like, I'm going to get more out of Nick if I send him a production like sample that he can keep versus a pass around review prototype.
Because he'll test it and put it through the paces.
But on the other hand, there's, so this is all relative. If I was a company, if you're sending it to me, you don't necessarily need to worry about that, because I'm not going to fucking destroy the knife in testing. I'm going to flick it and carry it a few times and then give thoughts on it. Like, I'm not going to test.
You'll strip all the screws and you'll put super glue in it, but that's about it.
If you let me keep it, I'll put skiffs in it and I'll pass it around. That's what, like, whenever I get a knife for free, basically I pass it around. That's pretty much the way I operate. And I do that because I feel like that helps the company more because they get more exposure out of it. And they gave it to me. It's like I'm reviewing, I do a video or two, and then what? It just goes in a box and I give it away or I sell it or whatever, because 90% of them, I'm not going to keep these. Like, even if I love it, it's just the way I review things. There's just not a lot of pocket time for stuff.
I also think most companies know that you do that.
Well,
even before you had your knife company, and you know what I mean, and it's gonna help you more because they're gonna be like, oh, well, he's gonna pass this around, So
I'll say, hey, you got anything that I could check out, and I'll pass it around. Sure, I use that to my advantage,
of course.
But to me, it's a win-win for everybody.
Stupid not
and
to
then
take
when it comes back at the end, that's when I give it away to you guys here. Or I sell it to Backpack B because he buys everything Kaiser concept. And I just sell it for like dirt cheap. I'll usually do like 50% or whatever. 50% off. Or I'll give it away in the pass around. I'll just be like, the last guy, if I look at the knife and I'm like, it's not something I want. He's got to ship it. Like, just keep it. You can give it away or do whatever. Like, to me, it's win-win-win, like all around. What's the negative in it?
We're going to do a solid for 2024, and it's going to require your input. I'm going to find Sam's address and his email. And since he's a fan of your knives, I think if you sent him a nip with a little letter welcoming him to the community, telling him you found his channel, letting him know about the pass-around group that you run, even if you don't accept him, but just say, I appreciate you doing a review. I wanted to share my appreciation and wanted you to review this. You've got more nips coming, right?
No, we have, we're working on a budget one, prototyping a budget one. No, dude. So here's my theory this is how I look at it. That's going really, really far out of my way. And I unfortunately don't have that much bandwidth, but I'm happy to share the review. I'm happy to talk about it right now. If he sees it or whatever and he hits me up, then we'll see what happens. But like, I'm not going to send a random thing out to an address I don't have and
then
write a
do
fucking
the giveaway and send traffic to his channel. We'll compromise there.
Anyway, we could change the subject. You are so fascinated with just people, aren't you?
I like when I see somebody I've never seen before do something totally different and try. I mean, that takes guts. And he throws all his flaws out in his intro, or all his perceived flaws.
You all can fire shots all day long, but when it comes to someone criticizing your design, you're running for cover and scared of battle. What are you talking about?
Yeah, who does that?
Please tell me the criticism I ran from, or what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm not trying to be a dick and be like, he should come to me. I'm just saying, like, that's he's got some
I don't
fucking
think he's talking
plans.
about you. I
Like,
think he's
oh,
just talking about
like I'm not
he's just
going
talking
that
in
far.
general.
With it.
I
Like
don't
I
think
just
he's
wanted to
talking
share
about
it,
you.
talk about it, and I genuinely like the video, and I think the Gay Blade is an awesome name or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what.
Wait until you see the
I don't know
launch
what
of its
you're talking
blades,
about, man.
bitches. I don't think he's talking
Let me
about you.
know, though.
He's been talking in a comment about other. I don't think it has anything to do with Divo. I think it's
Send
just
the Gay
knives in
Blade
general.
and knives then? What? Dude, are you? Never mind. You're not making sense.
I'm gonna send him one of mine.
What is this statement and me asking you what you're talking about? What is this response? I'm lost. So better he come to you than on you.
He might be a squirter, not a comer.
Whew. All right. He's off the sauce.
He's off the sauce. Uh-oh.
I don't know. I think he's talking about something, but I don't know what.
Yeah, I think he's just goofing on you.
Some drama. I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know him or know him well at all.
He's always in our chats.
Saber
He's a
grip.
member of the community.
Knives. Saber grip. Yeah, but I don't know if I've talked to him.
Saber grip knives.
Well, you've got to give yourself a little kudos because you were so successful at branding yourself a prick for the first 2.5 years you did this. So people who haven't come to know you might not know the kinder, gentler side of Kevin.
I don't know. I think One Moon might be in the closet and is getting offended. Well, there, Neville. Yeah, he's letting it rip now. I like it, Neville. He needs a second moon. One doesn't seem to be. No, I don't know. He must be talking about some drama that happened.
It's got to be.
He said you guys. So
A lot of times
he might not be talking
drama
about me. He might be
happens,
talking
but a
about
lot of
They
times
said you
drama
all can
happens,
fire shots.
and only a few people know about the drama. So the people that are allegedly involved in causing the drama don't even get a chance to talk about the side that.
That literally happens all the time, though.
Well, yeah, but that's how it always happens.
That's like what I was talking about earlier with the thing about the cool kid club and shit. It's like,
Yeah.
you don't even like. For me, here's my thing: if I have a problem, I address it with the person, and then it's either we figure it out or it's going to become a public thing. But we're addressing it like back and forth. It's not just me talking shit about somebody with other people, and then you know what I mean. Like I don't know. That's the part that always bugs me with drama is like it's usually just like behind closed doors, and then somebody.
And you'll find out about it third party that you're in the midst of drama that you didn't even know you were in.
I don't think there's no drama, Palmer.
Yeah, I don't think there's drama.
There's no drama. I don't know what he was talking about. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He didn't want to explain it, so clearly it's not a big deal.
Thank you, Loot. I appreciate it.
He either left or he's typing an absolute essay.
I still got to get my hands on yours, Loot.
I think he was talking about designers in general.
You want to try it out?
That's what I think.
Yeah, I haven't got my hands on it yet.
Do you have you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
DM me your address and remind me that you want to check out the Clydesdale. I'll box it up and send it to you. My tape should be here tomorrow. I know Kevin thinks I'm sitting on his knives.
Dude, I literally don't even know what knives you have.
I have the nip slit. Well, I lost the nip slit, but I've got the
Oh, right. You still have those? Jeez.
I've got this. Yeah, I remember I've showed you the box. I sent you a picture, but I ran out of packaging tape.
You were waiting on tape from last Monday. I remember now.
Yeah, and the mail hadn't run. But the nip slip got lost again.
Dude, knife drama is so annoying. It's always it goes in circles. It's HRC. Somebody's HRC is low. somebody's spine whack failed, or somebody's knife failed, and then what's the other one that we always get? The US made or whatever. Like
They don't reply to
something's made.
emails. I can't get customer service.
It's always those three things. Customer service to me is actually an issue.
It is actually an issue, but if you're trying to DM people and on their EMP EDC page, they say, please contact us at this email. I don't check Instagram, but once every 3 days for messages. I upload to it. But if a company says, if you've got an issue, email us, don't DM them. Email them because they might have, I don't know. It's probably Jamie who reads the emails and gets back, but that's probably all she has the time to manage. She can't manage all the socials.
It's their full-time job.
It goes back to initiative. If you've got a problem, reach out. Realize that people.
I mean, sure. If you put it in your thing that says please email, then yeah, of course. I don't know why you're talking about EMPEDC, but
well, because of my friend A to Z EDC, I'll tell you why. He ordered a relative, and then he ordered the hardware kit, and one of his hardware pieces he couldn't get out. He's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know how hair dryers work, and he DM'd John, and John never replied. And I said, what's John gonna say? Put a fucking hair dryer on it, like I've been telling you, or email him because that's where it's supposed to go. Well, he should be checking his social. He posts on there. I said, dude, you post on there every day. You never read my messages. I can tell. So don't give me that shit.
Anyway, John, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Me neither. He gave me the knife.
Wouldn't touch
I
what?
brought it home. I blew dry that one hardware he couldn't.
If somebody has a problem with my knife, I fix it. Like,
I would say send it in. I would say either send it in or,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
not going to tell you to put
send it in.
I meant like I'm not going to tell them to put a freaking hair dryer to it.
Oh,
send it in. You know what I mean?
I did that.
I'll feel people out and be like, if I think they can do it, or if I know I could fix it after or whatever, I'll give them options on how to try to fix it.
My point is,
I'll respond and I'll fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
My point is, A to Z did not reach out through the channel that he was supposed to reach out through.
Okay, I agree with you that it is 100% fair. If your profile says email us for customer service, then that's what you should do. And there's even an email us button there too.
Yeah, well, you don't even have to type it in.
That's fair to me. I totally get that. I will say that if it's your full-time thing, you should be able to check messages everywhere.
I mean,
I can do it on all of my accounts. I can check messages, and I have a full-time job, and I have Divo, and I have a channel, and I and I have a 3-year-old.
But but you have discipline. I can't respond to messages. They overwhelm me. I've started to, but some people just their brains are different.
No, I totally, dude. If it says email us, I can't. You can't fault them.
No. And his whole point is he was getting mad because he's got a bunch of EMP EDCs. I said, let me do this. Let me take the knife. If I can't fix it and change out the hardware, I'll reach out to John. I've got his number because I'm sure he just hadn't seen your email. And I'm sure if I got that message, I'd be like, I don't want to touch that with a fucking 10-foot pole. But I just got a blow dryer, heated it up, and the screw came out. I put in his purple screw, gave it back to him. He was fine. He was like, he still should have gotten back to me.
John's always gotten back to me.
Yeah, JD, the problem is you gotta keep up. Once you don't, then you'll get buried.
Yeah. Welcome, Ed.
So like I check every day, multiple times a day. I know it's a commitment. I know it's a time sink, but I get paid out of this. So like it's my job. Yeah. To me, it's my job.
Yeah.
But again, if I were to put, we can't manage this, email us, that's perfectly fair. I see no, I didn't know they said that. And whatever.
It's on the same page where you buy the knife. Let's go.
Anyone interested in a first run? Nimble. Jim, he really does great stuff. Earned my complete confidence. Last one in the Clydesdale told us.
I lied.
I sent mine to Backpack B to get a mod to take off the cleaver part.
JD for EDC. That's my New Year's resolution. I've already fallen behind. I'm the worst. I lied, guys. The EMP
channel member. What's up?
The EMP EDC site says you can contact us through Instagram or email. So that might have been a John dropped the ball. Or Jeff was high and sent it to the wrong DM.
Yeah, John, I mean, EMP EDC's always gotten back to me. Always. So it took him a little while, but
comments 2 to 3 times a day because I would follow. Yeah, exactly. That's how I do it.
Yep, a couple times a day.
It is what it is. I get it. You know, some people don't want to take that time away from family and stuff that I definitely do. You know,
But, see, mine's not,
but I'm watching fucking Baby Shark. I can look on my phone and, you know.
Mine's different. I don't have other things closing in on me. I look at how many messages I have, and it's like sensory overload. It's almost like I have a mini panic attack. And I'll start replying, and then I realize I have 1,200 more.
That's why you get rid of them. You don't have 1,200 fucking DMs on Instagram.
Talking about emails?
What are you talking about? Emails
on
or what?
Comments on YouTube videos.
Oh, YouTube videos.
Dude, you just go every night when I get in bed, I go to the app and I click on comments tab, and then I just go through the ones that I haven't got yet. I usually do it 2 or 3 times a day so that I don't have a million. And then I just get through it. I mean,
do you see, I like it.
People are blowing up that Halt video because they think that's the one for the giveaway.
I love it. Subscribe, like, and watch a little bit of another video. You'll still have
I guess the reason you do that is to bring yourself traffic. Like, I get it. I just don't. I don't have the energy to like try to force more. You know, I don't know. I just want to give shit away to these people, you know. And anyway, it's gonna be hashtag gay blade. So you know, you're not gonna convince me to do something different.
And it should be nothing else.
But I will say the worst thing in the world is emailing, DMing, whatever, a company when you need help and they do not respond to you. It's literally the biggest fucking pet peeve I have because I've worked customer service my whole life until recently. Well, I mean, Divo, I am the customer service. So I've worked customer service my whole life from every angle of it. And it's just frustrating. It's so easy to just thank somebody for their email and try to fix their problem. Like ignoring things just makes everything worse. Taking forever just makes everything worse. Being a dick makes things so much worse. Like there's some people who have philosophies that are different than mine, where they're like, if I have a customer who, you know, that like they have 2 knives, and the first knife they hit me up because they stripped the screw, and the second knife they hit me up because it's off center, I'll just tell them basically to fuck off. Like there's people who have that mentality. They'll just be like, they'll fix the last problem. They'll be like, I'm not selling you anything anymore or whatever.
And that's your right as a seller.
I will fix everything. Yeah. Like that's just how I was taught to handle customer service.
And guess what? The next person that they tell be like, this man, he's amazing. Like, you know, this guy's amazing.
It goes back to, it's the same thing we were talking about with the pass around, right? Yeah. Where, sure, I use it to my advantage that I pass knives around, but it's good for everybody.
Yep.
When it comes to customer service, I will fix everybody's problem because they're going to say, you know, they help me. They have great service. They whatever, right? Like, and then somebody else might buy a knife because of that. Or guess what? They're going to buy another knife because we took care of them. You know what I mean?
2 lessons I learned in sales very early. Everybody's going to have problems. It's how the problems are resolved that makes the difference in customer retention.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, if a customer comes to you and they don't feel like they got what they wanted, or you can't say, look, we're just not a good fit. I'm going to refund you your money. I hope you understand. I just don't think I'm capable of reaching your expectations. If they're mad, they're going to tell everybody they know.
Later, Ant. Yeah, that's
They're
the
going
other
to get
thing.
on any platform and bitch about it. If you make them really happy, they may tell 2 people. That's scientific proof. They're not going to go tell everybody, oh my God, I had the best customer experience. It just doesn't work that way. People like
two
to
more
talk
extra
about,
people though.
Hmm?
That's 2 more extra people though.
right.
know?
Yeah, versus
Right.
losing
That's what I'm
people.
saying. It just
Yeah.
makes sense to
And
be
what
now.
do I lose, right? Like, whenever somebody, I can't think of a time I've charged somebody shipping, like for they need a screw or they need a whatever, right? Like I just ship it to them. We cover that.
Yeah.
To me, that's built into our overhead or whatever, however you want to look at it. But like, maybe they buy another knife because of that. Maybe they tell somebody they like our shit because of that. Or maybe our customer is just happy with their knife now. That makes me happy that somebody is. I would rather you be happy with your knife and I lose fucking $10 than you have a knife with a strip screw and be like, fuck, man, I don't want to carry this. Or like, I want you guys to carry the knife.
I'm not going to buy another knife.
want
You
you
know
to
what I
like
mean? Yeah.
So if I can make the knife better for you, I will, It's just, to me, it's just fucking common sense. Like, I don't really see another way.
And then also, they're not going to tell everybody they know what a fucking shyster you are in your company.
No, I also think on the other angle of that, it's fair to charge somebody $5 for a screw if they, to ship it, because you're looking at profit and loss and you're just like, I just want to come out even on this. They need the screw. They stripped it, right? But to me, it's like a pain in the ass. I got to tell them, I got to charge them. I got to create an invoice. That $5, I just wasted it in my own time. Like I could just ship it,
I
Throw
know a guy.
sticker in there and send it off. Good to go. Like, I don't know.
I'll save that story.
I didn't realize it was
sucks.
I gotta get up with my kiddo tomorrow. The Halts were cool when I bought my Morpheus, but when I bought my haptic, they didn't send me everything. And when I reached out, they were total dicks. I won't buy anything. Yeah, dude, I've heard stuff from them. I had a good experience with Angie Halt, I believe, when I got my haptic, but she knew I was making videos, so it's possible that they reacted differently. But I had a good experience with it. But I've heard some negative stuff about the Halts from multiple makers, from customers, which is interesting, Palmer didn't really. Yes, it's midnight. Level on up. Kudos. Went above and beyond when he didn't have to, but was able to. And can't thank you enough. Cherish my 4 Divo match. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for having 4 fucking Divo matches.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I look at it. I'm like, holy shit, these people spent money on my knife. Like, of course they deserve, good.
Hey, do you have any V1 growlers, like one for sale? I tried to get the guy to buy the one for $50 with no detent, but he wants a black blade. I've got a guy trying to find one. He wanted to buy mine, but I gave it away. My version 1.
I don't have, dude, I fucking hate that knife. I have a bag of parts from me I've literally never taken one of those apart and got it back together.
Do you have a black blade?
What?
Do you have a black blade sitting around?
I'll tell you. I'll show you my bag of V1 parts.
Well, I was going to say, I would tell him to buy the Divo that's that White Mountain with no detent. And
a bag of Stout V1. Just cannibalized knives from fixing shit and QC. Where's the
Do you still fix Kunwu shit?
I can't hear you right now because I'm digging through this bag. Hold on. Where's that growler bag? There it is. Here's my growler V1 bag. couple of those are prototypes, though. Let me see. I have a stonewash blade in here. I think I do. Yeah, I have one. Hold on.
Even if it's one of those smutsy ones.
Schmutsy ones.
I don't know if it's. I don't think. No, I don't think we did black on prototype. So this should be just a production blade. Why?
Well, because I'm going to reach back out. I'll have to go to my DMs and say, hey, man, that knife, if it's still available at White Mountain, and I might be able to find you a black blade. If you
He's
want to
just
swap
trying to
it out.
switches to a black
Yeah,
blade.
he's the one he wants. He said, keep your eye out for a Divo V1.
Why
under
a
a
V1?
haircut.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Why 1? Why Divo version
Well, I
1?
did tell him the V2s were getting ready to come out, and he didn't know that.
All right, well, let me put it back in here because it sounds like you don't even know if he needs a blade or a whole knife.
Dude,
You want the whole
he
knife?
needs a whole fucking knife. I found the whole knife at White Mountain Knives for $50. He said I would buy it, but the blade's not black. I said, oh, I get it.
All right, well, if he buys the one and then wants a black blade for it, let me know. I'll just send him the blade. I don't.
That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking. What I mean, and I'll get him to buy the blade.
Yeah, I've heard some mixed stuff about damn. No, I'm not selling the blade, dude. I'll give it to him. Fuck. Like I said, I hate that knife. The V2
I
is
haven't
so
had a
much better.
personal experience with
I
him.
would implore people who have a choice to get the V2 because that's the one I would get. We have them. They're shipping to White Mountain Knives the next round. Did I show those?
Will that still be $99 after discount?
Yep. And they're fucking sick. They should be 109, just like before. And then with the discount, they'll be $99. We did all carbon fiber. Hold on, let me find it. Because they look fucking amazing. Why is this going backwards now? That's so weird. Yeah, the matches are on the way to me. Here they are. And the growler, so let me do this. Select 1, 2, 3. Let me airdrop it to the MacBook. And then I'll pull them up because there's 3 of them. And I don't know how I can do this, but I'll figure. Oh, god damn, they look good, dude. All right, here, check this out. Check this out. Entire window. Here we go. This is them open.
Ooh.
So we did
So
all.
is the bottom one like the one you did before?
What?
Is the bottom one like the
bottom one is the same as what we released before. So blue collars and backspacer, titanium, and then weave carbon fiber with a two-way satin. So that's not a belt satin; it's a two-way. It's machined on the bottom and then horizontal on the top. We did that because we wanted it to be $99 with the code. It would have been more if we did a belt satin. And then this one's weave carbon fiber with a sand wash blade, bead blast, sand wash, whatever. We did that on the aluminum one last time. It came out really good. So we did that again. And purple accents on that one. And then this one's just murdered out. Happens to actually be my favorite one. I was a little worried about it, but
hey, can you email me or text me that picture so I can send it to him? I won't say where it came from, but I said, dude, if you wait, this is what the version 2 is going to look like. These are 3 variations.
Here's the wait, is it showing the other one now or something? There we go. That's the lock side. So wire clip, obviously. But yeah, black wash with weave and all black, dude. It looks so good.
What's the pivot collar in the middle? Is it purple?
Yeah, it's purple. And
Has the clip always been that close
action
to the edge?
What?
Has the clip always been that close to the edge?
Yeah, it looks worse in the picture, but yeah, it is angled like that. I'll show you. I have one here. I'll show you. It actually works really well in the hand, but it does seem odd when you first see it.
Yeah.
And then here's closed.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, I'm stoked on these.
If you remember tomorrow, send me 2 pictures. I want to send him another message.
Okay. Yeah, or just remind me. You guys will always sell out because of you calling the community knife design member community. Thanks, man. I mean, we also don't order huge quantities, and it's kind of on purpose because we want to do. It's not because we want to keep like we want like the hype. I mean, obviously that's kind of it works out, but like the reason we do it is because if we put all our money into 1,500 growlers, then we can't do the lush. We can't do the nip. I'd rather do 400 or 500 of 4 things than all of it in one thing. You know what I
Steve,
mean?
I agree with you.
If we get to a point where we have the funds to be able to put it, we're obviously going to start ordering more. Like the nip, we did 500. The Mash 2.5 and the Growler V2, we did smaller runs because they're like repeats basically. We don't want to flood the market with a ton of them. And again, like we have 4 knives on the way right now, basically the premium Pony Stout, the Mash 2.5, the Growler V2, and the Stout V2. Like all of it just happened at once.
That's a lot.
If we ordered 1,000 of each, we wouldn't be able to pay for it.
No, that'd be
So,
not.
we're not trying to like make it that way. We kind of are, but it's not for the reason people think. I think people think we do it to like limit numbers to make the hype, whatever. But it's like with some of it, like the Lush, we did 300 because we wanted to test the market and see if people like it. Turns out they really like it. I get messages like every day. So we're going to order more. And that's the other thing. Like we'll do what you guys want. If you want more, we'll do more. It also lets us, make things better, quicker. So I don't know. There's all different ways to look at it, but that's kind of why.
Look on up. That's what you're thinking.
David, they're in production with Best Tech. They're supposed to be done by the end of the month, and then they'll ship them to us. And Colin is doing QC on the knives now, so he's not even done QC yet. So it wouldn't matter either way. But the goal is to have them ship out, assuming Best Tech gets those done by the end of the month, like they said. We should be able to ship the knives in early February. That's kind of the plan we're looking at, which is still a bit ahead of schedule. And worst case, if they don't get them done before Chinese New Year, I think we'll just ship. I think we'll have to. We'll just ship all the knives, and then we'll send you the clip later. At least you'll have the wire clips, but I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. They said they can get them done, so.
Oh, and for the Halt, production is going to start in March, just so people know.
Yeah, I thought of you instantly, Brian.
Yeah.
When it comes to Halt.
The Halt.
Wait, what'd you say? The Halt?
The Halt, yeah.
Wait, Halt or Halt?
Halt.
Halt, not Halt.
What's in March?
It's going to be the production is going to start for that.
For the Halt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Halt.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Todd Carr's got a question. I think the answer is yes, but I'm not 100% sure. Is the MASH a WMK exclusive this time around? MASH V2?
Is what?
The MASH V2 going to be a WMK exclusive again this time? No. Okay.
No, those are coming to me. Those are ours. We have one dealer exclusive version, but it's just a small quantity of them. And then the other, I think there's 300 that are all just ours. We'll sell them direct. There's 3 versions, and they're fucking nice, dude.
I can't wait for that. Yeah, I want one.
I'm stoked on. And they should be, I think, they're 154 CM this time instead of 14C. And there's, well, I don't want to blow the versions, but so I think we sold them for 135 retail last time with 14C at Blue Creek. So I think the price will be like 150, but then on our website you can use LeftyEDC or affiliate codes. Siobhan has one, and get 10% off. So they'll be, what's that? $15 if my math is right. So that would basically make it 135 out the door with 154, and there's definitely titanium versions. Just think that. I think the price is good. So, yeah. You ever figure anything out? Yeah, we figured it out. They're making the clips. It's just we have to wait for them to make them. So we're QCing the knives and just waiting on the clips. Once they come in, I think the plan's going to be to just put a clip in the bag or in the pouch for each knife and send it. And then if you guys want the milled clip on, you just swap it. I think that's the best way to do it, so we don't have to put tools on your knife. Colin tested. We had a few clips come in with the knives because we ordered extra, and that was all they made. And they fit perfectly. Everything's good. So should just take 2 seconds for people to swap the clip. I kind of hate that, but I don't know. It also just will let us ship them faster.
I can't find my magnifying glass. Have y'all ever heard of?
How far behind am I? A little bit. I'm going to have to get the all black and the purple. Sick. I think we ordered collars too, or sets. I can't remember all the colors, but I think we got like bronze, purple, blue, black, satin. We got all the, cool colors of the hardware. So White Mountains should be selling hardware kits for the growlers too. We did the same thing for the mashes. Sorry, what were you saying, Javon?
I was just saying, have you ever heard of a blade steel called PD Paul David #1?
No, that sounds ridiculous.
Google it.
Oh my God, dude, stop it.
This is a Strider.
It's a real one?
Fuck yes, dude. I've got
right.
real Striders and 2 Pro
This is
sets.
what happens though.
That's why I bought it.
Now you hold up a knife that you paid $700 for, and people think it's a $20 fucking knife.
$550.
You did that to yourself, Javon.
But see, I see it a totally different way. I did not like Striders. They never caught my radar.
Oh, look at that clip hanging off the side.
I bought an $85 knife after taxes. I loved it. I knew it was a clone. I gave it away. Then I bought 2 Protect Striders and then a real Strider, and I'm looking for another one.
There you go,
The
Louis.
PDL1 is a tool steel.
See how it sits.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
But in the hand, it fits, at least for me, perfect. So normally a wire clip is like right here in the middle of my hand. I don't feel it at all because it falls like right where my knuckles are or whatever.
Yeah, right in that pocket.
But it works. It works well. I do like I like the lower profile wire clips though, like on the Lush and the Buzz and the like quiet carry style. Those are better than the ones with like the hump. So we're trying to work on that with Kubi too.
So that effing grow cost me over $1,200 in Strider.
Get it, David. Dude, stop. I hate that so much.
It's a gateway. Dude, I've had 3 people try to sell me really nice clones on Instagram, and my answer is I don't buy or support.
Exactly. It's not what happens. Javon made it happen to make a point. I don't believe that shit.
I'm a piece of shit. Y'all will see the
Particle steel crew wear.
Yeah. I just looked it up. Yeah.
Huh.
I had to look it up because I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, Happy. He's talking about what should not be mentioned again. God damn.
And I was going to say, if I was a clout chaser, I would only review those kind of knives because that is my #1 performing video ever.
Early on in my life, collecting, I had some clones.
Dude, I remember you having some funky shit. Remember when we met at the?
I still have it because I'm not gonna give it to somebody or sell it.
What was that? Yes, the Vero. That's right. You had the Synapse clone. I remember this. Dude,
this
that
thing
was
is
one of the
literally
best days
like
of my life.
4 years old.
I met Lewis and I met Brent, Backpack B, and a bunch of people that I'm now really good friends with at this. We did like a knife meetup for local people.
That was one of the best.
Shit was awesome. But he had this fucking fake Vero, and he was trying to like hand it to people and be like, "What do you think this is? How much you think this is, or whatever."
Where'd you find that, Lewis? I've never seen a fake Vero.
AliExpress, I think.
Yeah, it was AliExpress. Yeah.
That's funny. dude.
Siobhan's like, "Where's it at? Let's go."
No, I don't believe me. I don't buy him for that. But I will
Right.
tell you this: after experiencing a Strider, and I haven't taken it fully apart yet, but I did take that Grow apart.
Dude, it's probably made better.
Yeah, it's an amazing knife for $69 if you can get past. And again, I still could see how Grow would be approached by
Baseballs.
Strider saying, "You can't sell this. That's our design." And then them meeting in a boardroom and saying, "Look, we're selling it for $65. 30% of these people might move on to buy a real Strider, and we're not competing with your share."
No,
You
they
never
probably,
know.
like Todd says, have no clue. They might later find out, like, oh, that was a clone.
Dude, there are 30 to 70 reviews on it. Put in YouTube EF225. You don't even have to write Grow. There's so
not-
many reviews.
I'm not
I
doing
talked to what's his name from EMP-EDC because I found one of his clones on Amazon actually. And
They're on
I-
Amazon now.
Yeah, and I messaged him, and he was like, "I'm thinking about buying one, seeing what they,
I
how
can
they
send them
actually did it."
one.
The ones
Yeah.
I saw they didn't look like them, though.
My
They
buddy
weren't
A to
close
Z
enough.
EDC bought one of the frame locks just because he has 2 regular frame locks. Because my thought, I kind of put him up to it, but my thought was they're made in the same factory
That's what I
and
figured.
they're
too.
stealing knives. And this one's M390. So had the
Paolo
clone,
Balzano? I don't know who that is.
had the $89 clone and the original Nimble, took them apart, the interior milling's exact, everything's exact. I'm convinced that they might run a company's knife 3 shifts and then continue running it into the night to feed, because they don't respect or think. It's not that they're mean.
I would add Gavco on my personal one, but and Big Idea Design. But yeah, other than that, if that's your list, who the hell is Dwayne Dwyer? I know that name.
Yeah, Dwayne Dwyer one.
And Paolo Balzano.
What's the first? What's the first rule of Clone Club?
The first rule of Clone Club is
Don't
talk
speak
about it
about it.
constantly.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say I have no
5-year-old
clones.
pre-order. Oh, is he that guy on Kickstarter or whatever it is? He did a pre-order and never filled it. Gotcha.
5-year what?
So anyway, another thing I want to talk about, guys, is Pena and Garcia announced that they're not doing another run of the Paramore.
Really?
And this knife, dudes, is literally incredible.
I love that blade shape.
It's one of my favorite knives I've gotten in a long time. And I'm so tempted to buy a Mars Valley one because they're saying they're not going to make them
Are
again.
they available?
Did they have a falling out business wise? That seems like the only reason.
No. I actually do know, but I'm not going to say.
You don't have to.
But it's not anything to do with Pena or like their relationship or anything.
The only reason I ask is if it's popular, it would seem crazy to never say.
It is popular. It's it's the best front flipper only knife ever, I think. Well, I don't know if you count some of the ones you can flick like burgers maybe, but those are not front flipper only.
Exactly level on up.
Yeah.
I did some clones on mods and on RDAs and RTAs.
These are all available except for Mokutai and the black canvas and brown canvas. Everything else is available. They start at $274 and they go up to $495. I'm like super tempted to get this one with the Damasteel, but it's $500 and it has that micarta. I wish it didn't have that micarta bit, and it's probably heavy. I think I would have bought the Mokutai because that looks
that does look sick.
Since you can't get the Moco tie, you need to go to NASL and buy that Evo 2.0. You haven't done that yet.
Yeah, but I talked myself out of that. So this one is the one I have, and this one is one I want. I kind of feel like I need one with the plain tie or the bead blast tie to go with my PVD one. This one's also sexy as hell. When I first got it, I was contemplating between these three right here. Unidirectional, Purple Haze, and Mars Valley. I ended up with Purple Haze. And now
I
I
like
have the
purple
PVD
haze.
one, so now I feel like the only one I should get is the Mars Valley.
Wait,
And
so
I'm
you
really
also got
tempted.
purple haze?
What?
You also got purple haze?
That's the one I have is Purple Haze.
Oh, okay.
It's this one right here. I love it, dude. It's fucking amazing. But my problem is I'm worried that, one, I don't really need multiples. Two, the D10 on this is literally perfect. The centering is literally perfect. The action is literally perfect. So, like, am I just setting myself up for getting one that's not? You know what I
Not
mean?
perfect. Yeah, I hear you.
So that's what I'm concerned about. But I want it. I do. I want that Mars.
I
And
love the blade
$307 is more than fair for that. M4, Mars Valley, Riot, amazing fit and finish. I mean, you know, think about that. That's basically similar materials to your knife, and you're $30 under that.
Yeah.
The Halt.
The only thing for me is if it's only a front flipper deployment, that's my least favorite way to deploy a knife.
Same
I don't
here,
like
but it depends on
Dude,
how it's done.
Here's the thing. It's a front flipper only, but I can do that. I can do this. That's 2 right there. And then I can do this. That's 3.
That's
Second
3. And
reach
except the third one you did, I always jab the fucking knife in my hand, so I can only count 2 methods.
You got to learn to grab the clip, and then you get your finger around it and do it this way. It took me forever, dude. I can even do it lefty with no clip sometimes. Hold on. It's hard to hold it up, but I'll get it.
I just quit buying front flippers. Unless they have, like, your Lush has a fuller too, but your Lush is different.
Dude, you should watch my early videos with front flippers. I hated them, dude. I talk shit, especially ones without lefty clip options. Now I love them. So it's just, you have to get used to it, dude. Just handle them. Dude, I'm seriously about to buy that Mars Valley one. Every time I handle this, I'm like, I'm getting another one. It's so good.
I got to get back into buying knives.
You got
I've
no
got
business buying the same knife in M4. Yeah, that's true. But it hasn't rusted yet. Maybe if I have 2, I won't rust 1.
What's up, Scott Brew? Hey, did I show you guys this that I won off Neve's Knives one night?
No, what is
Bought
that?
a Purple Haze that has a perfect.
Do you recognize it? Look at
Yeah.
the you'll recognize it when you look at the shape.
No, I know what it is.
It's a prototype 1 of 1
Yeah.
orange peel
Am I sharing?
contoured titanium October.
Oh shit, you won that. That's cool. I remember that thing. Yeah.
It's different. I mean, I was never an October fan.
I love the October, man.
I had one. I gave it to Dark Gravity.
Yeah. I love that knife. Honestly, I love the micarta one better.
Oh, that's the one I had. The peppermint micarta. It slices like a dream.
I wish you could put a note in.
What do you mean?
So I could just say strong detent, please, or something. You know?
You can.
Yeah.
Isn't there always a place for notes at the end? I always put stuff in there. Usually it's just thank you. Sometimes I'll drop my channel link in there to try to get a sub because I'm a whore.
Oh shit! It can use PayPal, and I can cover it with what I have in there. Yeah,
It's
there's
a
no
no-brainer.
note section, unfortunately.
Well, it looks like he's buying another one.
So you can buy that and the Evo 2.0.
No, I don't have that much in there, but
Well, the PayPal's not costing
much-
anything, and you can't use it in Nashville.
that's how I try. I'm like, if it's through PayPal, then it doesn't count as money. So
Well, it's a
fine.
trade. It's basically a trade.
It doesn't
That's how I
count as
look
money.
at it, so that I don't spend like actual income coming in through normal means. If I sell stuff or whatever, I'm just like, that money I can use for whatever.
Speaking of trades,
Anyway, I bought another one, guys, because I had to. So
I had a feeling you did.
somebody about 2 months ago
you
DM'd
guys
me
should buy a Halt pre-order.
and wanted to buy this
Yeah,
knife.
I think you guys should buy a Halt.
If you can only get one, that is. Now I'm going to have a Mars Valley Halt and a Mars Valley Paramore,
There you go.
and I'm going to get a Mars Valley Mini Sweeney. I have to. That knife looks sick, dude.
It does.
I'm
Does
hoping
look
to get the purple Lush or the purple nip slip. But if anybody wants to buy this, reach out to me. There was somebody, I've got to go back through my DMs, who wanted it. It's a PMP Tianto and M390. The most
A
stupid and
cleaver?
expensive knife I've bought, huh?
I mean, a cleaver?
Well, they call it a cleaver. I think it's more of a folding shovel. Like if you had to dig a hole
That's
to take
true.
a sit in.
Yeah. Or you could just throw it somewhere.
Star was the second Strider guy. He was a
Yeah, you could
partner
literally take it like
a
this
few years ago. He designed
and just throw and start at somebody.
the big idea design thing is they did me dirty, man. No, I was an affiliate with them. I did pretty well actually, and so I was a little salty because I was actually getting decent commission from them. But I reviewed the Pete's Pirate knife. They sent me one because they had a utility version of it, like it flipped and then it had a utility blade on it.
How'd that work
The
out for
same
you?
handle design. They sent me one, and I did a review, and I had some critiques on it. But overall, I thought it was cool or whatever. And they asked me to they asked me to pull that down because they said people who ordered it on Kickstarter were upset that I had one early, which is bullshit because you sent it to me to promote it. It makes no sense. So I was like, whatever. And I took that down, and they said, we're going to send you something just to I guess it was like to make up for that or something. They sent me this Pete's Pirate knife. It was fucking terrible. I did a video where I actually tried to show the good and the bad, and I was very fair in that video. And they hit me up and they were like, we're going to remove you from our affiliate program. We can't be sending out free products for negative reviews. Those are
You don't want to work with that company anyway. Yeah.
No,
that's
I don't want to
bullshit.
fucking
No
work with them.
way.
And I was like, okay, but in the future, you should tell people you want a positive review for your free product. Free product. I didn't do anything to earn that. It was just free product. So anyway, that pissed me off. So that's why
Junior, best I can tell, Lefty could answer that. It looks like kind of the difference between a pair of 2 and a pair of 3.
I have a video on it, Junior Miz. You can search my channel for the comparison. It's similar. Like the Sweeney's 3.5 inches, maybe 3.4, 3.3, 3.4, something like that. And the Mini is like, I think 3 inches or 2.7. Like, I can't remember exactly, but I think it's like Paramore size, Burger Urban size. But I did a video comparing them so you can see it. I'm sure hopefully I measured it in there too.
I will say front flippers have gotten better.
I think it's the peace sign that does it, actually. One of these does balloons.
Yay.
Right on. Still haven't seen that video. Yeah. But it is out there. And I'm trying to get a Mini early from Berg to do a review for the drop because I know I'm gonna love it. I had the prototype in, and the Sweeney is one of my favorite knives like ever. And I sold it because I knew a Mini was coming, and I personally the size was like the only thing I could have critiqued on the Sweeney, and it wasn't bad. It was just a little bigger than I normally like. That's it. And I felt like, there's a Mini coming. That's perfect. So I just sold it. So I'm all over the Mini. I already bugged him. I was like, dude, can I buy one early and then show it off? Why wouldn't he do that? You know what I mean? So hopefully he does. We'll see.
Have I shown you my new favorite fixed blades? I got my second one in crew wear. These little 2 Denny's.
Oh, yeah, Jelly Jerry. Remember he got raided or something? I don't know what happened to that. Anyway, that's the story with Big Idea. And, it's sad because I actually liked some of their stuff. The weird thing was the first item they ever sent me was the EDS2 screwdriver thing that, you flicked out and it had a screwdriver in it. And I roasted that thing. Like I even had a fucking like blooper in it where I flicked it and a bit
It
flew
flung.
out and hit the roof of my truck and shit.
They probably didn't see that one.
They didn't care at all.
They might not have seen it.
No, my theory is that Pete somehow gave him shit or something. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think Pete Pirate Life watched my video, but maybe. And
Where's he
got
come
pissed.
from? Who is Pete's
The other
Pirate
thing
Life?
was the fucking knife was sold out already. And they weren't making more. Why would you even care?
Yeah, why would you give a like?
I don't know. It was really weird. So maybe somebody had a problem with me. I don't know. But
It's a sign of karma that they would have only been a problem down the road. They're not
I'm
looking
glad
for
it
a
happened
different
because
shit.
then I never I don't know. But yeah, if anybody wants to know, I'm not doing positive reviews for anybody for anything. You can't pay me enough or give me enough shit to do a You know what? You literally, if those words come out of somebody, I'm instantly walking away, deleting the email or whatever. It's literally like anti.
They're basically asking you to lie.
I wouldn't care how much
I
you wanted
will
to look at the knife.
I will pimp an affiliate link till the day I die on something I actually think is good. That's what I love about affiliate stuff. It's so easy for me. If it's good, it's fucking good. And then I have a link. That's fucking awesome for everybody. If it's shit, it's shit. Even if I have an affiliate link, I'll tell you it's shit. And then you can still buy it if you want. Here's a link. But like, I'll tell you what I think first. But like, I don't know. Positive reviews for stuff bugs me. Because that's not paid promotion. That's a positive review for money. Paid promotion is
there's so much paid promotion that goes on in this game that's not disclosed.
Oh, there's definitely a lot that you don't what bugs me the most, honestly. What bugs me the most is people.
You guys don't know that.
What did you say?
I said I'm really paying Kev. You guys just don't know that.
What bugs me the most is just be transparent. Like the number of times I've watched videos and been like, I wonder if he got that for free. Or like, because it does matter. Like, it's a $300 knife. I think it's good. That doesn't necessarily mean I would have spent $300, which is
not $300 on it against something else that was $300.
That's a big fucking difference because, yeah, it's a good knife, but I wouldn't have spent $300. So why should I ask you to do that or what? You know what I mean? Like it's. I don't know how to explain. Like somebody today asked me,
point out the things
about
you like.
The Basti Dachshund, and they were like, if you lost it or whatever, would you buy it? Or like, if you didn't have it, or would you buy it again or whatever? And I have a positive video on the Dachshund. I think it's a fantastic knife. Me personally, it's an Axis lock, even though it's a fantastic one, and it's $230 for titanium and M390 from Bastide. I think they could do better on price, but like my answer is no, I would not buy that. But it's still a great knife.
Buy it again. I would never have bought it in the first place because it's not my kind of knife. We all like different stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just kind of like I just think if you're transparent about that stuff up front with viewers, it gives them a better idea of how, I don't know. So.
I don't see how you could be any other way. I mean, I don't see how you could feign that you're buying stuff when you're not. Or to me, that's just not in my moral compass.
Only groups.
What are they talking about?
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. It could have been the negative videos. Maybe it had nothing to do with him. I have no idea.
Patina's onto something, and I can't read what's up above it. Click on Patina Turner's.
Themed IG, and he thought I was stealing his style.
Look at the one lower, because there's more to that conversation, because somebody else is in it. Because he had a buddy that worked with them, and I knew it was his page before he disclosed. He blocked me, and Taylor himself told me it was because of Pirate's theme. Dumb. Yeah, that seems freaking like
you're talking about Taylor Martin.
Right strikes on your videos because you're critiquing them.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to start doing is watch YouTube videos all week and pick out the most cringe ones and then have a live stream where I go through and watch the cringe videos and point out all the fuck sticks. See how long that keeps me from getting deplatformed so I can start my makeup channel.
I don't know, man. I think you should just talk to Sam and see if you can take his name and do the gay blade.
Or maybe he wants to do like a joint podcast, late night Wednesdays.
There you go.
Two gays and a something.
2 gays and a blade.
2 gays and a
Two
clone.
gays and a blade. 2 gays and a clone blade.
2 gays and a clone. All right, we're gonna run this giveaway because I really need to get to sleep. I gotta get up with the kid.
Yeah.
I say that every time, and I always fucking push
Hold
it.
on, let me put it in first because I like that fidget.
I would love for Taylor Martina to have to pay for his gear. Not a fan of him.
No,
I mean, dude, so that's the thing is like, I mean, it'd be really hard for me to put out as much content as I do if I paid for everything. You know, I also wouldn't be able to probably sustain what I do.
it is a fucking.
So there's a
struggle.
thing, like, you know, they're offering to send stuff. Like, I don't know. That's a tough
How
one.
did you get into that? Did you just come up with a system like a form letter that you could kind of send to people through email or through Instagram? I've connected with a couple of companies through Instagram and it's been successful, but I don't know how to go out to the companies that I'm interested in. TRM's a big one because I talk to them all the time, but I've never had the guts to say, I'd love to review your knives.
That's the thing. I have no, like, I'm not worried about that. I hit up people. I'm like, hey, I have a channel. I love your shit, or I would love to check your shit out. I'm happy to take a loaner in. I'm not trying to give free shit, like whatever. And a lot of times I already have a relationship with a company because I bought their stuff. Like I bought Tuya stuff. I bought Quiet Carry stuff. I've bought whatever. And then I've already established that conversation and we're just talking. And then it's like, oh, do you want to check this out? Or I'm like, hey, I'm a reviewer. Here's my video. That's the best way you can do it is when you make a review on a knife, send the company a video. Send them a link. Be like, hey, I just posted this review. That usually turns into a conversation that could possibly lead to them sending you stuff later or whatever. And then my email is on my YouTube, so I get hit up a lot by companies. So it's kind of both ways.
All the time, but they're
like,
all junk. They're all junk companies.
Well, I don't get all junk. I get good ones too. It's like 70-30, you know. And yes, the 70, the ones where I reach out is stuff obviously I'm more interested in because I reached out. But it's kind of cool to have somebody hit you up. You don't even know about it or whatever, and they're offering to send it, you know. And then a lot of it is like community stuff, you know, like now we have all these boutique brands. So it's like I know half of the people or, you know, they hit me up. They're like, hey, we'd love to get your thoughts or whatever on the design or whatever. I don't know. It's hashtag gay blade. That's how you enter for the giveaway. Dude, honestly, it's like it's just been years at this point of relationship building.
Right.
That's mostly what it's not just like magically companies decided to send me shit. It's like I've done tons of reviews on tons of different knives. Like,
and you've got a portfolio where you can send them
like
stuff.
Kershaw hit me up.
Yeah.
I never expected that to happen, you know.
That's
But I
what
tried hitting them up on Instagram. I don't think I got an answer. So I don't know if that planted a seed or they saw old videos and they were like, hey, we want to. Yes, the other thing is companies will go, hey, we need to send out knives for review. Because I think companies are realizing that's marketing now for knives. Because you're not allowed to market.
They have no other ways to get the message out.
So they go, who should we send them to? And they probably, I don't know if they search YouTube for their own knives and see who's reviewed them, or if they ask around, or if they look at sub counts, or I don't know what they do.
They look at Social Blade according to the influencers in the makeup.
I don't know if they do that because I don't think I would rank really high on there.
You probably do because they look more for engagement
What
and
is it
view
called?
hours and subs. They say subs mean nothing. If your subs are
I
super
really don't
high,
think subs means shit,
they
honestly.
don't. It's view hours. So it looks like you bought subs, even if you didn't. If you've got 1 million subs, but you've only got a fraction of view hours,
Well, you
because it
see
should.
people who have tons of subs, and you're like, they get the same views I do. Like, how does this make any fucking sense?
It's not real because there's so much stuff. TikTok's worse, but YouTube, you can buy. I get emails for bots. You ever get those?
No.
Emails to grow your channel, and then when you
Oh
read
yeah,
them,
I get email, but they usually seem like some legit company or some ladies like, hey, I can grow this. I've never gotten like, hey, well, you could pay for views.
they never say it like that. They say, "How would you like to get?"
I
X
get
amount
the
of views?"
occasional comment on my videos now from this thing that has a YouTube symbol and it says buy views. And that's the name of the tweet name. And then it says this video is great. And I'm like, oh fuck, I need to like delete this or like, you know, like I always now what I do is I reply and I go, you're not doing your job. Because I got like, why do I have 100 views? Like, what's going on? But I hate that. It's like I think that's like a troll, maybe somebody out there just
It's
trying
gotta
to
be,
look like
yeah.
we're buying
Dude,
views.
there's a whole industry. Just like there's an industry that preys on old people that live alone now, there's
I
an
believe
industry that preys on YouTube. I don't know, y'all don't follow the gossip, but one of the biggest merch companies that the big guys, like the multi-big guys, did all their merch through, quit paying them. And it's turned out to be a big fraud scandal where now these people are out $15 million, like 8 of the biggest creators.
I don't tell people to hate on Gavco. That's my personal thing.
I will
don't
never
know.
buy a knife from Liam again.
He was a big dick to me, and it was funny because I tried to clear the air, and he was like, "I don't want to clear the air. Like, why do we have to clear the air? Fuck you." And I was like, "Okay."
That's a dick
Like,
state.
you know what? At this point, I'm like, I respect that. Whatever. But he didn't want to fix my problem that he thought I was creating or what. It was a really weird thing. Like, I had lock stick on a custom. Like, it was fuck. What do you want me to do? Like, not. I get it back from him, and it would have it again. And I'm pretty sure it was the environment. Like like humidity changes, and like that just couldn't possibly have been it. It had to be me fucking with
Drink
the
water, I agree. He's getting ready to come out with the Cuff 3.5.
Yeah, the whole Neves thing really soured me too.
It did too, but I see both sides to that.
I just, at some point, there's so many companies and so many knives
What?
that, like we talked about with customer service, if there's so many options, if I have a reason to check somebody off.
I get it, Ed. It's all good.
Neves and what, Leon?
Yeah, Leon Neves made a not favorable review. Leon, who I personally think drinks too much and is also very sensitive, made a video without thinking that was just kind of throwing shade at Jared.
I had a horrible interaction with him, with Leon.
Like customer service?
Yes, horrible.
On your 3.5?
Yep, horrible. And I never will buy a knife from him again. None. He just never wanted to send it. Then I tried to I was gonna before he sent it, I wanted to return it, and he saw my email saying that just give me my money back. Like, it's been taking this long. Like, I want the refund, which you asked me if I wanted it. He sent it out the next day and said, "Oh, it's too late." Which,
So then you got stuck having to try to sell it.
Yep.
My EDC is perfect. And my field dude,
every time I see him at shows, it's cordial. Like, he seems fine. I don't know. I think maybe he drinks, and
he drinks a lot. And
how do you? I don't know how you know that. I don't know that.
Yeah.
But
He told me that, and I talked to him and tried to get him and Jared to talk. Jared didn't want to talk to him, which I understand. Leon wanted to apologize, but he was basically saw the video, was about 3/4 of a fifth in, and just it upset him, and he didn't think before he posted the video.
Yeah, and that's human nature, and
it is.
I've talked to Leon on the phone, and he's cool, but you do, like we talked about with customer service, like that has, and for some people it's not the same priority.
You get one chance at
Their
customer service.
business is first. That's
Yeah,
just how they look at it.
Yeah.
And you got to understand makers or even artists, you could call them, because I don't think he makes, but like they are a fickle folk, man. Like they are very sensitive people, and they're like, especially about their work, and they take things personally, and like, I don't know. It's very interesting to deal with makers.
And they can be painters. They can be pottery people.
Right.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of people that I was friends with in art school and college, and they're just they think differently.
Different breed.
Got all my knives, Tori.
Yeah.
The Cuff 3 was one of the best knives. That little one was really good. I just wish it was a little easier to flick. Leon does not drink. See?
He told me he did, Sean.
He doesn't drink.
Maybe not often.
Sean knows him. He's been on lives with him, I think.
And maybe he was just telling me that so he could, blame it. But that's what he said to me, and he wanted to talk to
Oh, he
Jared.
told you. Well, maybe he stopped drinking then. No, but I agree. It's not an excuse, but I know how that is. I quit drinking I can't remember how long ago now, 2 or 3 years ago. And I would say things to people, and then the next day I'd be like, dude, I was just being a dick. Like, I don't even know why I was being a dick, but I recall multiple times doing that in like group chats on Instagram about knife stuff. Like just being a dick, and then I'd be like, "Dude, I didn't mean to be a dick. Like that's not
Instantly regretting
but,
it." Yeah.
So I could totally understand that.
I would say shit that I wouldn't remember until like the people the next day wouldn't talk to me, and I found out that I'd called out some really serious shit. Right. So yeah, that's why there's a chick in my AA group that says I didn't get in trouble every time I drank, but every time I got in trouble, I'd been drinking.
Right.
And there's a lot of truth to that. We don't make the best decisions. And maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just used that as a way to, shade me and try to get me to get them together.
I mean,
but I'm a fan of Leon.
I mean, I've talked to the guy in person.
It doesn't matter.
I've talked to him at Blade Show for a while, and he's nice.
95% of people, if they like his knife design, they're gonna buy it.
Yeah, 100%.
It really doesn't matter. So Neves was extra hard on that knife, even went as far as to mod it with a Dremel. It was, that one was a tough one, guys.
Jared's point too. Jared bought that knife.
Yeah, we paid. I had one too.
Was waiting for like
15 months for it. Paid, whatever. And
I waited even longer.
They got delayed, and then they came and they weren't.
8.5 years, Palmer.
I waited even longer. Because
9 years in May.
But in the end, he did send them back to get fixed because of that. So it kind of worked out.
I agree, Ed. There's no need to call him that. And that's where I think the way he explained it to me is he was just venting out like a school child. But
I thought the crackhead, are we mixing stuff up? Because I thought the crackhead thing was
that came from Leon
talking about knife modders.
No. That was talking about Jared's review.
That was Bacon Swag talking about the knife modder. I remember that one. He did that too. But whatever. It was a while ago. I mean, he seems like he's doing good. He's on. I've seen him on LTK's thing. Like I said, I've talked to Leon multiple times on the phone, and he's always a great dude. And he offered me some advice early on with Divo, and it's just unfortunate that there are things that have happened that aren't a good look. There's no way to really.
No, and I think if you're in the knife business,
things happen.
Things are going to happen, and I would imagine, Kevin, you would know better than me, but there's a huge amount of stress on somebody like that. Not that that's an excuse, but when they're dealing with a company that's not responding to them, they know they're late, but they have no control over it. And then shit comes in wrong. They've got, I mean, I could see how it could make somebody not say or make the smartest customer service decisions.
I will say, whether Neves' video was negative or not, I don't think he did anything out of line.
No, I don't either. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
Anyway, why are we fucking talking about this? It's been a year.
Yeah.
Who fucking
cares?
It still comes up, and there's a lot to be said. Somebody said it earlier about you never know the kind of day somebody's having, which we call psychology of adjustment, right? When somebody said that this maker was a dick and they said, well, you don't know, they might have had a bad day. Nobody knows what was going on in both of their lives. When Jared made the review or when Leon made his reply, it could have been something that had nothing to do with either, but they made the mistake of going after each other. Not Jared as much as Leon, but shit happens.
Yep. All right, I'm pulling this. Here we go.
Just Nate,
Yeah,
nothing for love for
I gotta
Jared.
wrap this up.
Too.
If you guys learned nothing here tonight, you need to go check out the Gay Blade.
David.
David.
Hell yeah, dude.
Congratulations, David.
Sick. LeftyEDC 88 at gmail.com.
Dan, we are moderating disagreements on the playground, but not really moderating, just pontificating about them.
I'll put my email in the chat, David, so you can you can email me. Are we children? About what? What are we talking?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He's making a
I mean,
point
it's
about
not like
it.
I dislike the guy. I don't dislike the guy. I just, he was a nice guy to me every time I've met him, but
Vote with your dollars. Buy or don't buy. But please don't cry.
The knife drama. Oh yeah, dude. There's always knife drama.
of course.
I don't know.
Newsflash, there's drama in every group, community, friend group, chat room. Yeah. It's life.
It's
There are
human.
miserable people out there.
It's human nature. With it, there wouldn't. It's just,
Palmer, probably about 5'2" and 113 pounds.
We should have a knife called drama.
Oh, that would be a good
The
one.
drama knife.
I know
But
what
then
my
you gotta
next
have it
knife's
made
gonna
in the
be.
US, and you gotta have it made in China and say it's made in the US and
Yep.
use fat carbon from China and what else could you do on it? Like just fucking do all the drama shit. Have shitty heat treat. Yeah. Make it out of D2 and call it S90V, and then sell it for $800.
Get the clone companies to make it.
Yeah. And
And
then
I
a
already
mini,
have the
then a
down
mini
payment
drama.
Dan, I'm the same way, buddy. I just get inundated with it through Instagram and through. I don't know why people feel like I'm the one that need to come to and they have a
She's a
problem.
real bitch. What? Gwen?
Who is?
I
So
always thought she was cool, but
Who did I miss? Put that back up. I didn't see that.
no, I don't want you getting into it. I need to wrap
No,
this
there
up.
you are.
yeah, it's
There's
Oh,
one
sick,
person.
dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. How was it when you got it? Was it as dull as I thought I made it? I did try to strop it. When are those sweet Thai stouts coming, Kev? The ponies or the V2s? Well, either way, they're coming soon, next month or two on both. Early February, we're hoping on the V2 to ship, and probably February or March for the premium pony.
Dan, we're the same that way. I think kindness is king.
Majors being a-holes, but I just stay away from unkind people. Yeah, exactly. He's saying why. I think he's saying why talk about it. I don't know, because we're on a fucking live stream talking about knives. I mean, you're gonna talk about shit.
what else is there to talk about?
I know what you said.
You know why that is?
Is this a joke or
Someone
Jason
brought
Brown. You remember
Vince
Jason
Vaughn
Brown?
up before.
Do you remember Jason Brown?
Yeah.
He was a huge music fan. He hated one artist so much that he went as far as to block Gwen Stefani from his YouTube account so he would never see her videos. That was an ongoing joke when he was here and now that he's gone.
Okay. Got it. Awesome, EDC, for fun. Thanks, man. All right, cool. Guys, Check out the Halt pre-order, atknives.net. You can use Shop Pay in 4 if you want to break it up. Support Lewis on his first design. It's absolutely fantastic. I can recommend the shit out of that one. I bought one with my own money. And yeah, I hope it does well, dude.
Thank you.
And yeah. Is there anything you guys want to say before I turn this off? Javon, keep it short if you do.
That's it.
All
I
right.
said it.
I
All
love
right.
you guys.
Thanks, guys. We love you. Go check out the Gay Blade. Peace.
Peace, guys.